Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Badger football action on Snow TV, youtube.com/SnowBadgerTV. Gary Chedester along with Easton Stouffer to bring you the final home game of the Snow College Badger season. They have their own destiny in control as all they have to do is win out. I say all they have to do, but they've got to beat Pima, who leads the conference and are undefeated in the WSFL. Then next week they take on Eastern Arizona in Thatcher, which is always a very tough place to play. Eastern is in a tie right now with the Badgers in the WSFL, so it's going to be a great matchup between these two teams. Pima did lose a game earlier to Eastern Arizona, but that was a non-conference preseason game, and they have been undefeated since then. They will wrap up next week against Arizona Western.
You know, what this shows is this is going to be an interesting game because both these teams really need to win this for conference reasons and for going to the bowl reasons.
The Badgers are actually ranked higher than Pima at this point, as they are ranked 8th in the NCAA. Their only loss coming to Scottsdale Community College. I watched that game on the stream, and I thought Scottsdale looked fantastic, but then they went on to lose 3 straight. So the Badgers will receive this kickoff. Back deep to receive, I believe, is Leon Morgan. Derek Wright is also back there, but the deep man is Leon Morgan, I believe. And the Aztecs will kick it off. It's a high, short kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up men at the 20-yard line to the 25, hit at the 25, and maybe forward to the 26-yard line. Good coverage there by the Pima Aztecs.
Snow needs to be careful on this one. I've heard that what carries this Pima team is its defense. Its offense is good enough to keep it going, but it's really this defense that wins its games for them.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that. That's almost what I would say about the Snow College Badgers as well. Badgers come out in their blue jerseys and orange pants. Kerr at quarterback, Braxton Kerr at quarterback. Man in motion, low snap. Kerr picks it up, drops it again, and falls on it. And the Badgers' first possession, not good. And they lose yardage all the way back inside the 20, back to about the 17-yard line.
That play looked like it was just kind of rigged from the start with the low snap and then him dropping it a bit. And that defender, you saw, got around the offensive line and got to him pretty quick.
Big defensive end, number 42, Tommy Wu. Kerr back to pass, sets up the screen and overthrows his receiver, incomplete. That did not look good either. And Kerr goes to the ground again. Tommy Wu, the left defensive end from Oceanside, California. And the Badgers looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 19. There's the snap. Kerr back to pass. Has time to throw this time. Throws the deep out. Got a man out there, and it's caught out near the 30-yard line. A good gain, but well short of the first down. Pass caught out there by Zay Kufor. And the Badgers will be forced to punt after a 3-and-out.
I wonder at this time what the coach is going to sit down his players and tell them right now after a 3-and-out at the start against this tough Pima team.
Badgers in punt formation. No pressure. And a nice spiral kick. Not going to be fielded, and it takes a Pima bounce. And it's going to come to rest just outside of the 30-yard line. So the Badgers 3-and-out. Had that big loss of yardage on the bobbled snap, which cost them. And now Pima will have their first possession. 1st and 10, they mark it right at the 30. A very cold, crisp November night here at Badger Stadium, the last home game of the year.
It is. I'm actually wearing my gloves today.
So the Aztecs' first possession, back to pass. Looking deep down the field, got a man out there, and it's going to be picked off. The safety came over and cut underneath it, made a great pick. Returning to the 40, the 35, the 30. He's going to go untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Snow College on the pick 6. That's going to be Eric Williams, I believe, that came over and made that pick.
That was a great read by Williams. He saw he saw the ball coming to that man, and he decided to say, hey, I'm going to make a splash in this game. I'm going to take it. And he got a pick 6 out of it.
So the Badgers couldn't do it offensively, but they do it with the defense. And we mentioned the importance of the defense. There's the kick, extra point up, and no good. Missed it wide to the right. So the Badgers lead at 6-0 with 13-12 remaining first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
6-0.
Into the remaining of the first quarter, so we're just a little under 2 minutes into it. Badger offense stalled after a 3 and out, but the defense has picked up the slack on a pick 6. And the Badgers lead it 6-0. Badgers getting set to kick off now from their own 35-yard line. We ought to mention Snow College made an offer to Pima to change this to a day game, but they turned it down because they had plane flight. Then they lost the plane flight, ended up driving up here anyway, and then we had basketball games all during the day. There's the kickoff. It's going to be a return from the 5-yard line out to the 20, 24, 20, 23-yard line, and then push back.
Yeah, just if it needs to be changed. I don't think it's affecting that on there.
No, it's not. Just his monitor. So the Badger defense back out on the field. But if you unplug that, we lose it here. We need an extra HDMI cable for them, not to switch. I apologize. We're trying to do some engineering and run the game at the same time.
Thank you.
So 1st and 10 for the Pima Aztecs at the 23-yard line. 2 wide out, split wide to the left. There's the handoff to the running back. Tripped up as he gets right across the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Defensively, that time for the Badgers was Tavita Tawalange. Boy, they gave him a lot more than I thought. I thought he was down at the 25. They've given it out to the 27-yard line, so a gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
They look to be 25 to me, too.
Quarterback is Brooks Ringer. Ringer back to pass, under some pressure, steps up in the pocket, wants to throw it, does not. And coming up with the sack is Sherwin Lavaca, who came from his linebacker position on a blitz and gets to Ringer. Brooks Ringer is from Orem, Utah. I'm sure he's got some family down here to watch the game.
See, that's what Snow needs right now is their big defensive guys to keep this Pima team at bay so they don't score on them and get ahead here.
Now Pima, I'm sure, would like to answer after that pick 6. Ringer, lone man in the backfield right now. 2 wideouts to the right. Ringer rolls to the right to buy himself some time, looks downfield, got a man open, pass is caught. It's going to be very close to the 1st down. This is going to be one of those right foot, left foot. Where do they mark it? Or did they say he was out of bounds?
I don't know.
He must have bobbled it. I thought he made the catch, but they're saying no, incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 12.
It looked like a catch to me. I mean, I would have to see it again, but.
Well, you're a lot younger than I am. My eyes are starting to fail me, so.
You're not quite there yet.
Yeah, not quite, but it's getting there. So punting formation for the Aztecs. Kick is going to be a nice spiral. It turns over. It's going to be taken by Morgan. Morgan lets the defense go past him. Now he's got some room to run. Morgan breaks it back into the middle of the field and ends up in Pima territory. Boy, I thought if Morgan could have broke that to the outside, he had some room to run. But a nice return by Leon Morgan as the defense just split right around him.
That was just smart by Leon Morgan to see the defense coming for him and just make that small little stop, let him go past him, and then he starts just to run for it.
So the Badgers' excellent field position here on their second possession of the first half. 11:22 remaining. First quarter, Badgers 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Pima. Pima showing blitz. Quick pass out on the flats is going to be caught by Derek Wright, and Wright's going to pick up the first down as he gets down the sideline. They're going to mark it at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Badgers going with the no-huddle offense. Quick pass again out to Derek Wright. Wright inside the 30, hit, and taken down at the 25-yard line, near the 24. That's going to be close to another first down. Boy, same play, back-to-back.
Yeah, Derek Wright, he's getting some good blockers by the tight end. I believe it's Chase Hess.
Chase Hess, good call. Trips again, wide right. Back to pass, curve, going to the end zone. Underthrew it, and incomplete. Almost a great catch out there for the Badgers by Keyshawn McCoy.
Good coverage by the Aztecs right there. He was glued right onto his man right there. Could have been a pick if it was just a little lower for him, but good job of overthrowing it a bit.
Jalen Warren in the backfield behind Kerr. 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Now they'll wait, get a call from the sideline. Coach Mitchell signals things in. Well, he makes the call anyway. 4 seconds, 3 on the play clock. They got to get this one going. They do just barely beat the play clock. Hand off to Warren. Warren breaks a tackle. Warren's in the end zone. Jalen Warren, 24 yards. Nobody touched him.
What's going on?
Just go straight. Take the HDMI from the camera into the adapter. We apologize. Apparently we've lost video, but we'll keep the, this is what I used to do. It's radio now. So Jalen Warren takes the 24-yard handoff for a touchdown. Badgers will still try the extra point. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Now we're good.
It is?
Now we got video. Somehow we got video on the board. How come we don't have video here? We had video on the board for a minute. There we go. Well, we apologize for the technical difficulties. You'd think we'd have things ironed out by the last game of the year, but we're trying to make the transition from basketball to football. So we got the video back. The Badgers lead at 13-0 after a pick six. And then a 24-yard touchdown run by Jalen Warren. The Badgers will kick it off once again.
I was looking forward to your radio voice again, going back to that.
that was a long time ago, too.
Along with the directs and maturity.
So the Badgers getting set to kick off. Doing the kickoff duties is James Baird, the deep end for the Aztecs. Macarius Blount, and he will take it at about the 7-yard line. Out to the 15, the 20, makes a move and then is just clobbered as he just gets across the 20-yard line. Blount on the return.
Again with the return.
From Phoenix, Arizona.
Noah Purcell, number 47, with the stop.
He really got hit on that last part of the play, didn't he? Defender was right on him.
Met a wall. So Brooks Ringer back out at quarterback. Again for Orem, Utah. Has Diamante Burton in a slot to the left, trips to the left, and 5 wideouts to 2 to the right. So 5 wideouts, nobody in the backfield. And apparently somebody moved early as they blew that one dead before it got started.
Let's just hope this isn't another penalty-ridden game like ASA Miami's against theirs thing.
Now that was a long time ago. We're not going to.
We're not going to go back to that.
No. Ringer back to pass. Has a crossing route, got a man open, pass is caught, retreating behind the first down marker, but still on his feet is 82. On the catch is John Cole, a wide receiver from Dallas, Texas. That's going to be enough for the first down. Nice pass by Ringer.
That was a great pass, and you could see he got it right into his receiver's hands on that crossing route, and he was able to beat the defense before they even got to him. To pick up, I believe it was the first, yeah?
Yep. Good speed by John Cole. Again, no running backs. Ringer back to pass, naked backfield. Pass has got the quick out. Again, it's going to be caught. Still on his feet, breaking tackles, getting the first down and into Badger territory is number 13, Larry Rembert, a wide receiver from Mobile, Alabama.
He broke about, I'd say, 2 to 3 tacklers there and made it to the first down. That was a great play by him.
So the Aztecs making some adjustments. They're going with no men in the backfield. 3 wide out, split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Ringer at quarterback. So the Badgers going with the nickel defense. Need to get some pressure on Ringer. This is going to be a free play as the Badgers were offsides. Ringer rolls out to the left, throws downfield, got a man open, can't hit him. Incomplete. But I think we're going to have offsides on the Badgers as the Badgers jumped and could not get back.
You could see that number 9 on the offensive line just kind of move a bit. He hopped a bit there before they snapped the ball, which was a good call by the refs.
So 5 free yards for the Aztecs. That moves them inside the 45 to the 44. It'll be 1st and 5. And again, looks like the Aztecs are going to go without a running back. Ringer clear over on the sideline, getting the play call from the sideline. Now comes back onto the field. So trips to the left and 2 wide outs, split wide to the right for Ringer. Ringer takes the snap, back to pass, has time, throws a crossing route over the middle. It's going to be caught. Once again, that's going to be John Cole. This time he has to slide after he makes the catch, so no chance to run and add more yardage, but it is enough for the first down to the 26-yard line.
And you can see why now that the Aztecs are not going with the man in the backfield now. It's because those crossing routes has really been hurting the Snow defense.
Ringer back to pass, this time under some pressure. He's going to throw that one away, I believe. And he went down. Sherwin Lavaca with the pressure. I think I'm going to go down and get to my customary spot so I can see something.
Out in front of the press box.
So 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Pima makes a substitution now. Going out of the ball game was Cole. John Cole goes out, and coming in to replace him is Jordan Porter. a wide receiver from Tucson. Man in motion is Burton. Burton gets the handoff, and he's going to break a tackle. Badgers thought he was down, but he's still running. The Badgers quit on the play. And Diamante Burton ends up picking up the first down.
That was a weird play. He wasn't whistled dead when he looked like he went on the ground, but maybe his knees didn't touch or something. I couldn't see it through the whole mesh of snow blue and Pima white.
Great play by Diamante Burton not to give up on the play and keep running until the whistle's blown, and the Badgers kind of gave up on the play. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Mark at the 19-yard line. Now they got a running back in there. Handoff goes to number 9, Jalen Tuivasa and Olomua, excuse me. And he's going to pick up maybe a yard
Hand off to number 9.
or 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brought down by number 9.
Jalen Olomua, listed as a linebacker, but carried that ball. Gain of 1. Can you even see anything?
I'm like leaning over our broadcasting system to try to see something.
We do not have the priority in the press box, so we're out.
We're out freezing in the cold.
We are. Man in motion. Wildcat as Ringer was not in there that time. A Wildcat play and a new quarterback.
Number 5, Marquise Cooper.
So Marquise Cooper is in there. He is listed as a quarterback. I don't know why they've gone with him instead of Ringer. Ringer was doing great. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 now. And still in there is Marquise Cooper at quarterback. Man in motion. Hand off to the man in motion. Not much there. Tries to break it back and stays on his feet. Gets inside the 10. But it's going to be short of the first down. And it'll bring up 4th and about 5, I believe. So what's Pima going to do? Take the points or try to get a touchdown?
I think they're going to take the points. You can see the kicking squads coming out in the field here. Special teams.
Jaime Avila is going to be the kicker
On to attempt a field goal.
to try the field goal here from the 14, so make it a 24-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, it's got plenty of distance, and the kick is good. And the Pima Aztecs are on the board. 13-3, the Badgers lead it here in the first quarter with 7:03 remaining.
Well, that was a decent drive by the Pima Aztecs, but the weird thing, and I think this is what killed them, is that they took out their main quarterback.
I don't know. I can't see all the way over to the other sidelines to see if Brooks Ringer is over there, if he's being attended to, if it's just the strategy of the Aztecs to do that when they get that deep into the red zone. But Ringer moved him all the way down there and was very accurate on his passing. And then all of a sudden they took him out and went with Marquise Cooper.
Maybe they're trying to fool the snow squad out there.
It might be a strategy. I don't know. So the Aztecs able to get on the board now and cut the Badger lead down to 10. 13-3 with 7:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Aztecs will kick it off. And it's Wood and Derek Wright back deep to receive. The Aztecs' opening kickoff was taken by Morgan. This one is a very high short kick. It's going to come to a bounce, picked up by one of the up men, trying to get to the outside, retreats and loses yardage. The ball was picked up at the 30, and the Badgers actually lose yardage back near the 25-yard line, taken by Chase Hess.
I believe that's Chase Hess that took that one, not Leon Morgan.
Chase Hess with the return. Brought down by number 27, Victorious Cloud.
So I'm glad to see Pima made it here. There was a lot of drama leading up to this. Pima had airplane tickets, had a deposit, didn't follow up with it, lost the deposit, and ended up coming on it by bus. Handoff goes to Warren. Warren out near the 40-yard line. Nice run by Jalen Warren. That should be enough for the first down.
Jalen Warren is a really nice running back for this team. He is so good, and he's kind of come out of nowhere. I believe he was subbing in for another injured Snow player for this year.
Well, he got a lot of playing time last year, did Warren, but he was the backup to Darman Natoa. And Natoa got injured before the season got started. This time Warren loses yardage. Loses about a yard, maybe two.
That was a great call by this Aztecs defense, because if you let Jalen Warren go, he's going to go pretty far.
Badgers go with three wideouts to the right. Now brings Powell in motion. Handoff goes to Warren again. Warren bounces to the outside. Warren breaks a tackle, still on his feet. He's into Pima territory and taken down at the 43-yard line. Jalen Warren. Little misdirection that time as the Badgers sent Powell in motion. And I think the defense kind of followed him a little bit.
That was a great play. Like you said, misdirection. Made the defense confused. I'll finish my point.
Pass downfield. Going to be caught by Derek Wright, and he would have been in the end zone, but he kind of lost his footing. Tried to dive for the goal line, but he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Nice pass play by Braxton Kerr to Derek Wright.
I was going to go back to that play before, saying that don't leave Jalen Warren out to run. He'll make you pay.
Warren gets the handoff. He's to the 5-yard line, so a gain of 2. Again, the Badgers sent Powell in motion, but that time it didn't fool anybody. Well, a shout out to people watching from Oceanside, California, and also from British Columbia, Canada. Welcome to the broadcast.
Wonder how cold it is in Canada right now.
I don't know. Might be warmer than here. 5:22 remaining here in the first quarter. Badgers lead at 13-3, and they're knocking on the door again. 2nd and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Kerr needs to hurry. And they're going to take a timeout. I think Coach Paul Peterson didn't like what he was seeing. Decided to take the timeout. 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Congratulations to Badger basketball, both men's and women's. They picked up wins yesterday and today. The Badgers, both men and women, defeated Northwest College yesterday and Western Wyoming today. The volleyball team made it into the championship game, but ended up losing in 3 straight to the College of Southern Idaho.
And also shout out to those other teams out there like Northwest and USU Eastern, Western Wyoming. They all played great in that tournament.
We should mention the Badgers picked up 2 big wins just to get into the championship game. They won in 3 straight over Salt Lake Community College. And then later that day on Friday, they ended up winning 3 straight over USU Eastern. CSI only had to beat 1 team to make it into the championship, courtesy of their winning the conference. So Badgers with the ball. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Kerr sends man in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off to Warren. Not much there, and Warren is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play, I believe, that time by Christian Allen, linebacker from Mesa, Arizona.
This shows that Pima's learning from their mistakes from those first plays from Jalen Warren. They're not going to let him keep running down the field like he has been.
So a big 3rd down here for the Badgers and the Pima Aztecs to try to keep this game close. Tight end in motion. Kerr rolls to the right, buys himself some time, throws back to the left, got a man wide open, And waltzing into the end zone, I don't think anybody touched him. That was Chase Hess. Great play by the Badgers to roll to the right. Everybody went to the right, and then Chase Hess was all alone out to the left.
That was good to see Braxton Kerr, to see his open man just right to his right. And also, if you noticed, Derek Wright also was open in the end zone on a crossing route.
Baird will try the extra point here. Badgers lead at 19-3. Extra point coming up. Wright takes the snap, places it down. The kick is up. Kick has got the distance. It's good. And the Badgers now lead at 20-3 with 4:27 remaining here in the first quarter.
With the snap, Derek Wright.
Well, I guess we ought to give a shout out to Hawaii as well.
With the PAT, that's good.
That is home to our cameraman Vahi.
We're giving you a shout out there, Vahi. Vahi, a great cameraman. He's made the trip with the football team a few times, and like I say, everybody's been pretty busy doing eight basketball games in the last 2 days, and now a football game to wrap things up.
Both of our men's and women's basketball teams.
All really fun things, enjoyable things to do.
So Baird will kick it off from the 35-yard line. Back deep to receive for the Aztecs, Diamante Burton and Macarius Blount. Blount on the far side and Burton on the near side. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if right now, if in my head as Pima, if I was the player or the coach, I'd be like, we really need to score right now, but we got to stay calm still.
Well, there's plenty of time.
Yeah.
So Baird to kick it off. High end over end kick's going to be taken at about the 12-yard line. Still on his feet out to the 25. Spins at the 30, still on his feet. Badgers unable to wrap up, now out over the 30, and the pile moves to the 35. Oh my goodness. That pile moved almost 10 yards. And I don't know if you give all the credit to Burton, but definitely some of his blockers there as well. So Burton on the return gets Pima good field position out to the 37-yard line.
That whole Pima team looked like a freight train moving through all those snow defenders, pushing them aside.
Aztecs have it first and 10 at the 37.
So good field position for the Aztecs. Ringer back out on the field. Ringer's going to have a man in the backfield with him. Nick Brayler. Brayler gets the handoff. Brayler out to the 37, across the 40, near the 41-yard line, so a gain of 4. Substitution on the offensive line. Don't see that very often. Big number 74, Alex Grant, goes off.
Maybe Pima's coach saw something he didn't like with or a matchup they could exploit.
Okay. 3 wideouts to the right. Ringer back to pass, throws to the left, got a man open. Hit as soon as he makes the catch is number 14, Dylan Holt. Holt from Denver, Colorado makes the catch. It's going to be short of the first down. They're going to mark it at the 43. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 3.
Ringer in the backfield at quarterback. He's got Brayler to his left. Handoff goes to Brayler. Brayler hit before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play that time by the Badgers. Who was it came up with the hit? 27 for the Badgers is Trace Toupé. Trace Toupé just came right up in the hole, and Brayler didn't have a chance.
You know, that really was interesting to me because they weren't using the man in the backfield or running back that whole last drive for Pima. And also shout out to that snow defense.
There's the punt. This time it's a low wobbly kick. It's going to be fielded by the Badgers' Morgan. Morgan breaks a tackle, still on his feet, out to the 45. And taken down there. Nice return by Leon Morgan. I don't know if anybody heard that. Somebody's blaming the referee on that. I don't think it was the ref's fault at all.
Nah.
I think Morgan was making a spin move and just got caught. So the Badgers' good field position at the 45-yard line. That was a net only of about, what, about a 10-yard net punt?
Yeah, that was
somewhere right there. Kerr fakes the handoff, play action, looking deep. Flushed out of the pocket now, throws as he's hit and goes to the ground, incomplete. I think Kerr wanted to go deep, but Pima was back with their two safeties and had excellent coverage that time.
Yes, and the offensive line now is looking to get at Braxton Kerr and make him feel uneasy so he can maybe start messing up on the other end there.
2nd and 10. Kerr, play action again, under pressure, throws underneath. He's got Hess. Hess, the tight end, is driven backwards, but he did get to the 50-yard line, so a gain of about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Like I said before, you can see that offensive line's really being aggressive with Braxton Kerr because they're trying to see if they can get him to muff up a bit here or to make him feel uneasy, to say.
Now the Badgers go with no men in the backfield as Warren is split wide to the right. Plenty of time on the play clock, and Kerr looks to the sideline, maybe changes it up a little bit. Pima now showing blitz. They come with it. Badgers' quick pass out in the flats is going to be caught, and it's going to be enough for the first down. Who made the catch? Is that Warren or Powell? It is Powell. Yeah, Jalen Powell.
First pass complete to number 5, Jalen Powell.
See, that's what's great about Braxton Kerr. He's got such an arm on him, and he's got so accurate, especially when you go with those plays when you have all the wideouts going. You know he's going to make it to somebody.
Again, play action. Pass out in the flats is going to be caught. Derek Wright. Wright jumps over the defender, stays on his feet. He's inside of the 30. That'll make a highlight reel. That fires up the crowd, too, as Derek Wright went up and over the top. And we're going to see this again. There he goes. Right up and over the top. Gains him an extra 5 yards. And a timeout has been called.
How tall do you think that jump was?
I don't know. He got up in the air pretty good. It'll be interesting to see if Derek Wright is able to go on to a D1 school. He's got great numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And he finds a way to get open. I don't know that he's got great breakaway speed, but he gets open. Well, and he makes great catches.
I feel like he's one of those more versatile receivers. Instead of just the speedy ones, like you'd say, Antonio Brown in the NFL, he's one of those ones that, like, you get it to him, he's going to create space so he can find a hole to make it and get your yards.
He's a local product, played at Manti High School. In fact, played quarterback at Manti High School. Has come to Snow College and done a pretty good job as a wide receiver. And he lines up sometimes in the slot, but mainly at the wideout position.
Who is the slot receiver here? At least the main one.
I would say the main one is Powell. Jalen Powell. And that's where he's lined up this time. He's in the slot to the right. Wright is wide to the right. Kufor is wide to the left, and Hess, the tight end, is in the slot to the left. Powell in motion now. Passes out to Powell. Powell gets a block, turns it upfield. Powell still on his feet at the 10 and inside the 5-yard line. Boy, we just mentioned his name, and he went in motion and ends up getting inside the 5-yard line on a nice pass out in the flat.
Great block, too. I didn't see who blocked for him, but that was...
Kufor and Hess were on that side.
Both great blocks for him to get pick up that great yardage.
Badgers inside the 5. Clock continues to run as we're winding down the first quarter. Snap goes directly to Jalen Warren. And Warren gets maybe 2 yards down to the 2.
The ball carrier brought down by number 4, Derek Hall. 2nd and goal.
I think they may let the clock run out on this one.
They're going to try to get one more, it looks like. Kerr takes the snap, hands it off to Warren. Warren straight ahead. I think he got to the 1. But a good job by the Aztecs that time to just clog up that middle, and then that should run out the first quarter of play. So we're going to have to go 96 yards to the other end to finish out this drive for the Badgers. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Gonna have to go down to your little spot over there.
I know. You're right. Thanks for reminding me. Well, we'll give one more shout out. It looks like somebody's watching from Florida. How about, well, we don't know where in Florida, but Florida.
Got family in Florida.
You got family in Florida? Is that who's listening or watching?
Wonder.
So 3rd and goal. Waiting for the chain crew to get set up. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line.
And X-out pest control.
Braxton Kerr, the quarterback. He's got Jalen Warren in the backfield. Kerr now up under center. They usually run the quarterback sneak. Instead, they pitch it to Warren. Warren dives into the end zone. Touchdown. Jalen Warren takes it 2 yards.
I think that was a smart play by the coach and Snow as a whole, because going up to the middle with Jalen Warren wasn't working. They were clogging up that middle. But once you pitched it to him, when he got to the outside, he found some room finally to make it to the end zone.
And I don't care who you are. I don't think you want to go one-on-one with Jalen Warren.
No, he'd probably steamroll you over.
So the Badgers get another touchdown. Lead at 26-3 with the extra point coming. The placement's good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Badgers lead it 27-3 as the Badgers score on the first play here in the second quarter.
Kind of makes me wonder if this little Badgers curse I come up with is real or not, because every time a team comes here, they get blown out by snow.
Well, it's a long ways from over, but the Badgers have made a statement here in the first quarter. And a shout out to South Bend, Indiana.
Didn't know we had fans there.
We're covering some territory with tonight's stream. A reminder, the Badgers will be on the road next week in Thatcher, Arizona to take on the Gila Monsters of Eastern Arizona. If the Badgers can win here and win next week in Eastern Arizona, the Badgers would win the WSFL. Last year they took second. They only lost one game last year, but it was to Arizona Western, who went on to be undefeated and played for the national championship game. The Badgers actually played in the bowl game down in Yuma that Arizona Western usually plays in, and were able to come away with a win down there. So the Badgers to kick it off. Baird. A high, long end-over-end kick is going to be taken at the 2-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, has some room to run, crosses the 20, and taken down at about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. So the Badgers playing for not only the conference championship, but also to hopefully improve and get into one of the better bowl games that are played at the NJCAA level.
Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, this team could come back, like you said. It's still long, could come back any time. And Northwestern, I've heard, is pretty tough as well.
So Ringer in the backfield. And with him in the backfield is Brayler. Back to pass is Ringer. Rifles a ball over the middle. It's going to be caught. First down, still on his feet, is number 13, Larry Rembert. Rembert from Mobile, Alabama, picks up the first down out to the 38.
You know, I wonder why, you know, these last few drives, I think they were testing things, though. Is that those slant routes have been really working for them. Those crossing routes and their receivers has really been working for Pima.
Mark it actually at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, Ringer the quarterback, Brayler in the backfield with him. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Ringer, play action, sets up the screen pass. He's got Brayler. Brayler breaks a tackle. He's out near midfield.
That was a great read by the quarterback, Ringer. He saw his offensive line collapsed, and the defense was coming right for him. And he saw his man wide open, which is number 20. Who is that?
Brayler.
Brayler. And they may have managed to save that play and pick up a few yards while they're doing it.
Pick up of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Ringer and Brayler again in the backfield. Badgers jump, but no, they didn't get back. I thought they did, but they didn't. Ringer throws deep down the field, got a man wide open. Pass is going to be caught, still on his feet. Pitches it, tries to lateral it, and the Badgers, I think, are going to cover it up. That was I hate to pick on them, but a horrible decision that time by the wide receiver to try to pick up more yardage.
I really think that time he got confused because you saw another receiver was right behind him.
And I think he thought it was his own man, but it was the Badgers that were there.
And I think now he's down on the ground.
But this is all going to come back because it was an offsides penalty. But instead of 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, they're going to have a first down, and it'll be marked at the 45-yard line.
I was lucky. Oh, I mean, without that flag, that would have been.
And I don't know if he knew that it was a free play and could go for that, but boy,
maybe that's what he was thinking.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but still, you have it 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. If he just takes it down where he was at.
I really think, though, I think I saw another receiver going down there, and he was being covered by one of the snow defenders, and I think out of the corner of his eye, he saw him try to pitch it back and realized he was a little ahead.
And even make matters worse, Ronson Young is injured and being helped off the field. I certainly hope it's not something too serious and that he'll be able to come back.
I agree.
So it'll be 1st and 10 after the offsides penalty against the Badgers. Ball is going to be marked at the 45-yard line. Ringer goes with an empty backfield again. He's got 2 wideouts split wide to the right. 2 to the left. Ringer bobbles it, picks it up, buys time, throws out in the flats, going to be caught. And diving near the first down.
Just another shout out to Ringer. He salvaged a lot of plays so far after his offensive line has collapsed a bit. And, you know, that low snap, it could have been devastating, but he found his wide open man over there. I believe it was it 20 that was wide open?
Yeah.
It was 20, yeah.
I think it was Burton, Diamante Burton, number 2.
On that crossing route, and he managed to rifle it into him there.
A gain of 8, it'll be 2nd and 2. Again, no men in the backfield with Ringer. Ringer rolls out to the left, buys some time, throws downfield. Nice floating pass, got a man wide open. This is going to be a touchdown for the Aztecs. Badgers got turned around that time. And the pass actually kind of floated, but nobody saw it. The Badgers unable to react to it, and the touchdown goes to John Cole.
That was a great pass, though. Like, just again with Ringer seeing the open man downfield. And that just, it brings Pima a little bit closer to this large snow lead.
Extra point coming. Snap is low but placed. The kick is up. The kick is good. That makes it 27-10. Snow College with the lead with 12:57 remaining here in the first half.
You know, that was just a great drive by Pima. Not only did they have so many setbacks and losing a guy on that drive, they managed to bring it back and get us, like, just points up on the board.
I agree. Nice drive. Ringer directed that one all the way down. Well, we'll give another shout out this time to Wichita Falls, Texas. Thanks for watching the video stream.
Moving up in the world, huh?
I guess so. We ought to mention that the Badger TV is completely student run. Student camera operators, student running the TriCaster. She's from Honduras, so she's kind of cold. She's even given up listening to us. I guess she couldn't put her hood on her coat over her ears and keep the headphones on.
But shout out to Andrea anyway. She's doing a really good job.
We got a couple of fair weather. We got a cameraman from Hawaii and a TriCaster operator from Honduras, and they're both freezing to death.
I don't blame them. I'm starting to lose feeling in my hands here.
And we should mention Easton Stauffer, our student Snow TV director, is from Saratoga Springs. And a shout out to Las Cruces, New Mexico as well.
Probably warmer down there than it is here.
Are you? And here comes the kickoff by the Aztecs, trailing 27-10. Onside kick is going to be covered up by the Badgers. So the Badgers will have excellent field position at the 46-yard line.
That was a weird call by the special teams there.
Ball is covered up by Ron Tiavasui from New Zealand. Backup tight end for the Badgers. Well, they find themselves down by 17 here in the second quarter. Maybe hoping to take the Badgers by surprise.
I think you're right. And, you know, that could have worked too.
Badgers, Braxton Kerr keeps it on the option read. Gets out near midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, he did good enough. He fooled me there. I was looking off to the side.
Brandon Ellis has checked in at running back for the Badgers. Thank you. So second down and let's call it 6 at the 50-yard line. Badgers in a more compact formation. Kerr rolls out to the right under pressure, throws downfield, almost intercepted. Great job by the Aztec defense that time. Leon Huey, the linebacker from Jacksonville, Florida, got a hand on it but couldn't haul it in, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
If you're a Snow College player, that was a scary play for you, and that was a good sign for the Pima defense there too.
Kerr, long snap count, gets another signal from the sideline, now stands up and looks again to the sideline. 12 seconds on the play clock. Brandon Ellis moves from the right side to the left, now back to the right. Pima showing blitz, flag on the play. Did somebody move for the Badgers? Yes. So instead of 3rd and 6, it's going to be 3rd and 11. Interesting to see how that turns out. Pima has not had a lot of success stopping the Badgers on the last few possessions. They try an onside kick, which gives the Badgers extremely good field position, and the defense has stepped it up.
Maybe that was just a test from the coach seeing what his defense can do and whether they are going to step it off now. Or, like you said, it was just to fool the Snow College Badgers, but in the end, shout out to the Pima defense.
Kerr back to pass, under pressure, throws deep, got a man open. Derek Wright makes the catch inside the 30. And the Badgers able to pick up a big first down.
Wow, all I can say is wow. Great play call on a 3rd and long, and Derek Wright, the open man, to take it down.
Ball is marked at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Again, Brandon Ellis in the backfield. Kerr bobbles the snap, now goes to the end zone, got a man open, incomplete, intended for Kufor.
Kufor just barely missed it.
Or excuse me, Keyshawn McCoy.
Oh, it was McCoy.
McCoy.
Had barely missed it, went right through his hands, and just couldn't quite come down with it. A little high pass, though, too.
So McCoy still split wide to the left. 2nd down and 10 from the 17. Kerr. Option read, keeps it, goes right up the middle, still on his feet. He's inside the 10 to near the 5-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. So Kerr has run that play twice now, the option read, zone option read, where he looks to see what the defense is doing. He can either leave it with the running back or take it up the middle, and that time he took it up the middle.
And it's been working. You've seen the results, too. I'm wondering if he'll keep running it throughout the night.
So 1st and goal for the Badgers. Actually marked it, I think, at the 6-yard line. Badgers have gone with this more compact offensive formation. Kerr rolls out, throws it. He's got Powell. Powell in a race to the end zone. He's in, but now a late flag comes in, and that's probably going to be holding, and it's going to come back.
Pass complete to number 5, Jalen Powell.
And it looks like the sidelines, yep, coach is not happy on the sidelines.
I think what he's upset about is that pass was thrown behind the line. I mean, the pass was caught behind the line of scrimmage. That changes your holding call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not holding, but blocking, I should say. You can block while the pass is in the air because it's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Now the referees are going to talk. I misspoke. It's not a holding, but they can block while the pass is in the air if it's caught behind the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like they're going to hold it to them, and they're going to move back a couple yards.
They're going to call it holding, I guess. Yep, holding is going to be the call. Haven't seen it. Oh, it's actually a chop block.
Really?
Yep. So that's a 15-yard penalty.
Did you see a chop block?
I did not. So the ball's moved back all the way to the 20-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 20. Well, now you got to get really creative here with your play calling.
Yeah, 1st down on 21. We'll see what they do.
Well, they've got Derek Wright and Jalen Powell split wide to the left. And Keyshawn McCoy split wide to the right. Pass is going to be quickly out on the flats. Pass is caught for no gain. Maybe a yard at the most. Chase Hess, the intended receiver out there, who made the catch, but great defensive play that time by the Aztecs.
The Aztecs right now, I think they're going into that mode where we're not going to let you score. We're going to buckle down on defense. But I think the main thing that they need to look out for is Derek Wright.
Kerr, crossing route, incomplete. Boy, that was a lot of contact before the ball got there, but no call. Good coverage out there by Macarius Blount, the cornerback from Phoenix. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 20.
3rd down.
You'd like to get at least a few more yards if you're going to go for the field goal here.
Make it a lot easier for your kicker.
Ellis in the backfield. Play action. They set up the screen. And Pima did a good job of sniffing that one out. The Badgers are going to pick up some yardage inside the 15 to about the 14, but well short of the 1st down, and we're going to have a field goal try.
Special teams coming out now.
Good job by the Aztecs to hold the Badgers to a field goal after trying the onside kick, and the Badgers had excellent field position.
I agree.
This is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. Placement's good. The kick's up. Kick is good.
All right.
Badgers lead at 30-10.
I believe there's another injured player on the ground.
Uh-oh.
For Pima. Yep.
You're right.
94.
Big number 94 is Johnny Scales from Indianapolis, Indiana. Maybe that was our Indiana fan.
Well, I hope he gets up here soon.
I just checked the chat, so they want to shout out to all of Canada. Now they're even speaking in French.
Oh, they are?
No parlez-vous français?
Vahi speaks French.
Oh, that's right, Vahi does. We need to get Vahi over here.
Shout out to all of Canada. It's a beautiful country.
Didn't we want Vahi to do some play-by-play or color or something?
I did have him.
How come we don't have you on the headset then, buddy? You want to take over for me in the second half? I'll run the camera. You come over here and talk. Yeah? Okay. Vahi's going to join us in the second half.
Sure you don't want me to run the camera?
Well, whatever you want to do. So the Badgers, after the field goal, will kick it off, leading 30-10. Baird with the high end-over-end kick, angling towards the sidelines, going to be taken inside the 5-yard line, out to the 15, the 20. Still on his feet, 25-30. Out over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Nice return out there by Macarius Blount.
He's been really good tonight on his returns. It seems like the Snow defense just can't catch him because he keeps juking them out and spinning around out there.
And he's been doing a good job at his cornerback position as well.
Brought down by number 6, Tyler Hill.
So mark it at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Aztecs, who got a touchdown on their last drive. Ringer back out at quarterback with Nick Brayler to his right. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Ringer back to pass, looks to the right, now to the left. Flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet. Chased down from behind and sacked. Who is that? Parker Workman. It's got to be. Not too many defensive ends can track down a,
number 40, Parker Workman.
a running back with who had a head start, but Parker Workman is one of them. A loss of just 3, so it'll be 2nd and 13. Brayler again in the backfield, this time directly behind Ringer. Ringer goes with 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. And somebody moved for the Aztecs.
I'm going to say it again. Parker Workman is just a great defender.
I should have looked at this. I think he's been the Defensive Player of the Week in the WSFL at least twice, maybe 3 times.
And he deserves it well. I mean, like you said, he can track down those running backs. He gets past that offensive line to get the quarterbacks.
He's put up some amazing numbers. Badgers jump, but do not go off sides. Back to passes Ringer, under pressure, throws out in the flats. Got a man out there, picks up some blocking coming back to the middle, but the Badgers are there to wrap him up. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30, so a gain of 3.
Brought down by number 32.
Been a good defensive possession so far for the Snow College Badgers, hasn't it?
So far, so good.
But things can always change in an instant.
You're right. It's going to be 2nd down and 13. 3 wide out, split wide to the right. 2 to the left, an empty backfield with Ringer. Ringer taking his time here. 17 on the play clock. Back to passes Ringer, looks to the right, flushed out of the pocket. Wanted to run, now comes back, makes a pass, and incomplete. He had crossing route going with number 82, John Cole, and number 5, Marquise Cooper, and it fell incomplete.
It went through his first man's hand. It was a good pass. Went through his first man's hands, and the other one just dropped it. So great play, he just couldn't quite convert there.
3rd and 13 now for the Aztecs. Three wideouts to the right, 2 to the left, a naked backfield. Ringer under pressure, steps away from the defense. Now he looks to run, keeps it, and he's going to be tracked down from behind as he gets to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, maybe 6, but well short of the first down. Good job by Ringer that time to step aside from the pass rush and be able to pick up those yards.
That was great, like you said, great for him to step aside and move ahead, but also just that offensive line right now for Snow is just getting through the defensive line, I mean, is getting through the offensive line of Pima so well, and they are just harassing Ringer right now.
There's the kick, a high short kick. Get away from it if you're the Badgers. And it takes a bit of a Pima bounce. And it's going to come to rest at the 28-yard line.
I wonder if our pizza, the nice people from the school got us, is going to be an ice block by the time we get to it.
It's going to be cold. We're just grateful that somebody thought of us to bring us pizza.
Yeah.
So the Badgers have it, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Jalen Warren back in the backfield with Kerr. 20 seconds on the play clock as Kerr looks to the sideline. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Powell in motion. Handoff is to Warren. Warren hit and taken down. Great defensive play that time by big number 43, Tony Fair from South Bend, Indiana.
Now you're starting to see the Pima defense wake up a bit. They're starting to keep the Snow offense on their toes, as you saw with that last play, getting through the offensive line and getting to Jalen Warren with a nice tackle there.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Kerr takes the snap, hands it off to Warren again. Warren this time breaks a tackle, goes over the defender again. Not quite as impressive as the Derek Wright leap, but still picked up an extra yard or 2. Short of the first down, it's going to be marked at the 36-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
I'd give that leap a 5 out of 10.
And timeout is going to be taken by Pima, as the Badgers were up and ready to roll quickly, but a timeout is going to be called. Badgers lead at 30-10. And they have a 3rd and 2 coming up after this timeout.
Show your school spirit with the Snow College branded debit card from Mountain America. It is a quick and easy way to pay for everyday purchases. Stop by Mountain America.
Where are you leaving to? Okay. Badgers jumped out to a very quick lead on the pick 6. Missed the extra point and then tacked on a touchdown by the offense shortly thereafter, and Pima has been wriggling and trying to come back. So the Badgers have a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 2. Pima hoping to hold and get the ball back. If they can, they should have decent field position. Braxton Kerr with Jalen Warren in the backfield. Sends the tight end Hess in motion. Hand off to Warren. Warren's got the first down and more. Waiting for a block, gets it. Hit from behind, gets out across the 45 to the 46, maybe 47.
You can never take the Snow offense for granted at this time, especially during the third downs.
Warren has been tremendous in the backfield. Badgers go with 4 wideouts, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap, flag on the play. Somebody was moving early. So it'll be 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10.
You can hear our enthusiastic Snow band back there.
We're right behind the band and the rowdy crowd. 1st and 15. Warren gets the handoff again, tries the right side, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, lowers the shoulder, still on his feet again. And he's got the first down. He's into Pima territory inside the 40 to the 38. Great run by Jalen Warren. I can't wait to see his numbers here at halftime.
They're gonna be big, and you know what? Like, you can't, like I said before, early in this game, you cannot take Jalen Warren for granted, because he will hurt you, especially on the offense.
1st and 10. Handoff again to Warren. Warren looked like he was going to go left, breaks it back to the middle, spins, loses the ball, but I think the Badgers covered it up at the 30-yard line. So Jalen Warren lost it that time, but the Badgers there to cover it up. And Warren a little slow getting up.
Let's hope he's okay. He's a big part, like we've been seeing so far, of this offense.
He's going to come off the field as Brandon Ellis has checked in. We haven't seen Shama Luane. That's a name I'd like to see out there as well. But Brandon Ellis at the running back position. 2nd and 3. Ellis straight ahead. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, runs into his own player. And he's going to be close to the first down, but I think he's just going to be short. It'll bring up a 3rd and maybe a yard or even less than a yard. Badgers content to grind this out on the ground right now. As long as they can pick up first downs, I'm sure they'll keep this going. And somebody moved. Looked like the whole right side of the Badger offense moved early. So instead of 3rd and inches, it's going to be 3rd and 5 yards and some inches.
That's not a good thing to happen, especially on the 3rd down when you're so close to getting to the 1st.
Pima has made some substitutions, brought in some fresh defensive linemen. Kerr, pass out in the flats. He's got Powell. Powell is hit immediately and loses another 2 yards. So the defense for Pima has really stepped up here. It looked like the Badgers had almost an automatic first down on 3rd and inches, but the penalty moved them back, and now a pass play that goes for -2 yards is back to the 34-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th and 7. The Badgers going to go for it here on 4th and 7. Pima showing blitz. They come with it. Badgers pick it up. Pass out in the flats for Derek Wright, and Wright cannot come down with it. So the Badgers turn it over on downs. Great defensive effort that time by the Pima Aztecs.
Yeah, Pima's defense has now come into play, as what I've heard, as it's big-time defense to help them win games. And I think from right now what I'm seeing, that this is going to be a grind-out game with this Pima defense.
So the Badger defense back out on the field. Here comes, I was going to say Ringer, but it's not Ringer. They've gone with the backup quarterback again. Well, I shouldn't say backup, but Marquise Cooper, the other quarterback, I should say. Cooper takes the snap, looks to the right, throws the quick pass, wide receiver screen, and the ball is loose on the ground. The Badgers have come up with it. Oh my. I thought number 74 had a chance to cover it up. That was Alex Grant, but the Badgers come up with the turnover. So the pass is complete and then fumbled, and the Badgers come up with it.
Man, that is just a blow to the Pima offense right now.
That is a real killer.
I mean, you finally get a defensive stop, and now the ball drops, and now your defense, who's probably really tired by now, is having to come back out and help with this Pima team.
Badgers go with 2 men in the backfield. We haven't seen that. Handoff goes to Warren. Warren breaks a tackle. He's alone in the backfield. Makes a nice move. Picks up a block down the field, and touchdown, Jalen Warren. Oh, what a nice move. It looked like Warren was going to be stopped. He made a move to the outside, picked up a block, and able to make it into the end zone. The Badgers make the Aztecs pay quickly after that turnover.
And you know, it's just a dagger through the heart when you see something like that happen, especially after a turnover.
Well, the defense had held. They gave the ball back to Pima with fairly decent field position, and then the turnover. You're right, that's a heartbreaker. Extra point coming, and the extra point is no good.
Really?
Yep, no good. He missed it wide to the left. So 36-10 is the score. The Badgers with the lead. One play after the turnover, and the Badgers find pay dirt and get it in the end zone.
All I can say about Jalen Warren is talent. It just shows how talented the Snow team and how much depth it has with all of its players with it. Man, you go run some laps after this.
It's a little bit chilly. So Baird will do the kicking duties once again for Snow College. Back deep to receive is Burton and Blount for the Aztecs. 36-10 here in the first half. 3:41 remaining. Bad news if you're an Aztec fan is you're down by 26. The good news is you still have a whole half to play.
That is true.
High end over end kick is going to be taken by Blount inside the 5 to the 10 to the 15. Breaks a tackle at the 20 to the 25-yard line and down near the 26. And I tell you what, every time Blount and I just said his name, the other return guy, Burton, get the ball, it looks like they could go the whole way.
Going on
yeah,
here.
We do. We got extracurricular activities out there.
That's the way to put it.
This is the last thing you want to do if you're a Badger. You're up 36-10. There's no need to be getting penalties called against you and run the risk of having somebody ejected when you're going to play Eastern Arizona next week.
I agree. And
I hate to see it because normally the Badgers are a fairly disciplined team.
Yes. Yeah, I've noticed that throughout the games I've watched them with. And like you said, it's not good, especially when you're trying to get into a high bowl game, to lose a player and get ejected.
So there is a flag on the play. Not sure what the call is going to be, if it's going to be offsetting or just against one team or the other.
The refs are...
Yeah, it's a little chilly out here. I'm talking to the athletic director. He just smiles and walks away.
Well, he's in that nice warm press box.
Yeah,
they
do have heaters in the press box. So we have a personal foul against the Badgers. So we have offsetting personal fouls, and we do have an ejection.
Oh, who's being ejected?
I think it's the player for Pima is going to be ejected.
Really?
So the ball is sitting at the 26-yard line. I saw him do an ejection. Now, whether both players are ejected or just the player from Pima is ejected, but somebody has been ejected. Maybe two.
I think, right now as the coach, I'd be telling my players, we got to calm down here. Don't let them get in your heads. For both sides, at least right now. Don't let them get in your heads. It's still good. We still got a lot of time. I mean, we've all watched, I can't remember which Super Bowl was it, but we all watched the Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Falcons.
So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And again, it's not Ringer that's out there. It is Cooper. Cooper back to pass. Looks deep over the middle. Comes short over the middle. Pass is going to be caught and then taken down at the 20 or 34-yard line. And again, extracurricular.
27 from the defense, and
he's saying he was grabbing my face mask, but there is no penalty. Well, there is now a flag on the play. So another flag, unless we've had a lot of leaves out here. No, it's going to be a flag. The Badgers are marching back and Pima's marching forward, but I haven't seen anything actually called yet.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Dead ball, personal foul against both teams.
Another dead ball personal foul against both teams.
74 on the offense.
So ball is out to the 34-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 with 3:21 remaining.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Right now, you're up by, quite a few. What am I trying to say here? We'll just say points. And you're letting a team get into your head here, or either side. I don't know which one's doing who here.
Marquise Cooper at quarterback. He's got Brayler in the backfield along to his left. Back to pass is Cooper. Cooper under pressure. Decides to run. Now he takes a slide, and he's going to be very close to the 1st down. Are they going to give it to him? Yeah, apparently they're going to give it to him.
They are.
They're going to mark it at the 40 or the 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
I'm just surprised Ringer's not back out there.
I don't know if he's injured or what. I thought he's been running the offense pretty well.
Maybe he's on like a restricted minutes or something. I'd have to know this.
Maybe you can only throw a certain amount of throws like a starting pitcher.
Yeah, true.
Once he gets over 100, you got to pull him. Cooper back to pass, under pressure, scrambles out of the pocket and again slides. Boy, they are generous with where they're marking his slide. It's almost like where he comes to stop sliding. A gain of, call it 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3. And maybe that's what Cooper brings to the Aztecs is the ability to scramble and to run a little bit more.
Much like Russell Wilson from the Seahawks.
There you go. Cooper with Brayler in the backfield. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Cooper back to pass. Again, scrambles out of the pocket, has room to run. Has the 1st down and more. Gets out of bounds in Badger territory at about the 30 or 43-yard line. So Cooper has done it with his legs.
I was going to say, Cooper keeps doing this. He may give Russell Wilson a run for his money here.
Two minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. Pima trying to put a drive together and cut that Badger lead here before halftime. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Cooper and Brayler in the backfield. Cooper takes the snap, back to pass, blitz coming. They can't get him, now he throws it, and it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he did get it to a man out on the sidelines.
I don't know how he avoided that sack. The Badgers were coming on a blitz. It was number 2 for the Badgers, Leon Morgan, coming from his defensive back position, and he completely whiffed on Cooper.
I know, he about had it there too. He had it at his foot, and somehow Cooper got out of that and managed to throw it away so they didn't lose any yards.
So 2nd and 10, a minute 42 now remaining. Handoff, trying to keep the Badger defense honest.
Wow.
Brayler makes a nice move to the outside, still on his feet. He's out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 22-yard line. Nice run by Brayler, as that time the Aztecs caught the Badgers on by surprise.
I was going to say, I saw a glimpse of Jalen Warren right there. He went through the pocket and found his opening, and he broke a few tackles there to get to some nice field position.
So 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Cooper and Brayler still in the backfield. 3 wideouts split wide to the right, 1 to the left. 10 seconds on the play clock. Cooper back to pass, under some pressure, throws to the end zone. Got a man out there.
Oh,
that might have been that might have been a great catch. He says he's got it, but the referee signaled incomplete very quick. I don't know if he went out of bounds, but that referee signaled incomplete very quickly.
I was going to say, I'd argue it was a catch.
Incomplete.
It looked like he had it in his one arm right here.
I agree. I really do agree. But the referee's a lot closer than I am.
That's true.
We don't have instant replay in the WSFL.
We do it the old-fashioned way. They did it way back when. You look with your eyes.
So 2nd and 10. Cooper goes with an empty backfield now. And the play clock had run down, and I think they did get a timeout called.
Well, I checked the weather for here tonight. It's a good solid 40 degrees going on 38.
No, it is not 40 degrees.
It doesn't feel like it.
I do not believe it's 40 degrees. Maybe it is.
Fans, take a look at these sponsor banners around our field. When you get a chance, support them with your patronage. And thank them.
For a score update, the Jazz are giving the Nuggets, for all you NBA fans, a really tight battle. Jazz are down 1 right now in the 3rd quarter. And then BYU and Boise State just started.
And Utah State plays Hawaii tonight at 10 p.m. I don't think I'm going to stay up and watch that.
Why not? You know,
Aggies are ranked for the first time in quite a few years. Utah was ranked, and they're going to be gone.
They had a chance today, didn't they?
They fell behind early and just could not come back. So 2nd and 10 for the Aztecs. A minute 26 remaining here in the first half, so the clock's starting to become a factor here. Cooper, an empty backfield. Now he brings a man in motion. Back to pass is Cooper. Cooper pass out into the flats to the man in motion. Breaks 1 tackle, stays on his feet, gets inside the 20-yard line.
And
another flag comes in. And another flag comes in. So 2 flags come in late.
Seeing a few Pima players looking like what's going on here.
I think it might be on Tyler Wells, the big offensive lineman, but maybe not. And the Badgers defensively made big hits, but just didn't wrap up and make a tackle. So let's see what the call is. Personal foul.
Really?
Boy, that really hurts the Aztecs. And I think it is on Tyler Wells, offensive lineman from Corona, California. It was a personal foul, and I think it was a late hit. So instead of a first down or a good gain, it's going to be marked back to the 32-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 20, 3rd and 20. Because it was a dead ball foul, so count them down. So it's 3rd and 20 from the 32. Cooper back to pass under a lot of pressure, gets away, looks downfield, throws into the end zone, got a man wide open, but he overthrows him, incomplete. How on earth did the Badger defense let him get open in the end zone?
You know, that was just a play of, you know, he outran the other, he outran the defender, and they got lucky on that, really.
The Badgers got lucky.
I mean, he overthrew him.
Oh, he was wide open in the end zone.
Yeah. In fact, I think he did get a hand on the ball, too, so he was close to getting it.
Under a minute to go, it's 4th down, and the Aztecs are going to go for it here. Out of field goal range, so 57 seconds remaining. It doesn't do any good to punt it.
Say not much to lose in this one right here.
And the Badgers got too many men on the field, but they called a timeout, I think, just in time.
Ooh.
Wow.
Saved. They saved.
They did save. The Badgers went with a late substitution, and Paul Peterson, the head coach for the Badgers, knew that his player was not going to get off the field and made a call to make a timeout. So when play resumes here, it's going to be 4th and 20 from the 32-yard line. Badgers lead at 36-10.
$56 seconds left. What do you do if you're the Pima coach?
Well, you got to get a first down. It's not going to do any good unless you can get somebody in the open field and can break some tackles, but you need to throw the ball at least, I would say, 15 yards to give a good chance to pick up that first down.
I agree. And they're still going.
They've been very successful with that crossing route.
Yeah, they have. Well, that's when Ringer's on the field.
Right. And with Cooper, you're better off maybe having a broken play and letting him scramble.
I agree. But he's also showing that he can throw it downfield.
Yes, he's got a good arm. So the Aztecs are going to go with an empty backfield once again. Fourth and 20. Cooper takes the snap, back to pass, and he is going to try to run, and the Badgers wrap him up. It's Parker Workman. Tackle for a loss. Now,
and another,
again,
oh my God.
The Badgers have got to stop. And the defense is going to get on them, and I'm glad. And I'm not saying it's just the Badgers. It's both teams are getting chippy. I think Pima is a little bit frustrated because they're not able to do what they thought they were going to be able to do. I mean, they're leading the conference. But and the Badgers are letting it get to them.
I agree, and Snow needs to calm it down a bit because that's going to give him a few extra yards too. You know, it could end up either way. Or
well, it should be a dead ball, so it still should be Snow College's ball. Should be. So both plays were dead ball, and it's offsetting penalties once again. And that's the third time we've had that?
Yes, that is the third time this quarter.
Yeah. So the Badgers held on defense, so they get the ball back with 52 seconds remaining here. And I think there's going to be some discussions in the locker room, at least on the Badgers side of the field, to stop letting this get to them.
I agree.
Kerr, pass. Going to be caught for the first down.
And a hard hit at the end.
Hard hit at the end, but it is going to be enough for the first down. Who made that catch there? Kerr back to pass. The Badgers not content to run out the half. They're trying to get more. Kerr rolls, throws, and it's going to be picked off, intercepted.
Oh, what a stroke of luck for the Pima team. And
I tell you, I don't know.
Sorry, I paused there for a second.
Well, the offense trying to get greedy here and get some more points on the board before the end of the half. And instead, they're going to turn the ball over now. We'll see what Pima can do with 36 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they'll come out with Ringer or their other quarterback. It's an interesting call.
That is a tough call because I like what both quarterbacks have done. Cooper gives you a little bit more with the legs, I think, than Ringer. But I think Ringer has been more accurate on his passes.
I agree. And they're going to come back with Cooper.
Cooper in the quarterback position, empty backfield. 1st and 10, 36 seconds remaining. Cooper back to pass. Comes out of the pocket, looks to the right. Ooh, gets away from the defense, stays on his feet. Now he throws it, and it's going to be incomplete.
Wow, he just broke 2 tackles from the same guy and managed to throw it away.
Cooper can keep the play alive.
Yeah, he can. It's all based on accuracy, I think, with him.
So 2nd and 10, 26.3 seconds remaining. Again, empty backfield. 3 wideouts to the right side of the field, 1 to the left. Pass is going to be rifled near a 1st down, and they're going to give it to him right at midfield.
Good rifle pass by Cooper right there.
That had some heat on it.
I want to say this now, I can't feel my knees anymore.
Now we've got a timeout. Back judge came running in and blew the whistle. It says 18.6 on the clock, but I think they're going to reset that.
I think so too.
But I can't, 21.6.
So still enough time to get a playoff going here.
1st and 10 right at midfield for the Pima Aztecs. 21.6 seconds remaining. 36-10 is the score. Badgers on top. Cooper, all alone in the backfield. Has time to throw. Throws deep down the sidelines. Defense is back there and incomplete. Overthrown. Pretty good coverage out there by Snow College defensive back. I think that was Tyler Hill.
And if you're Snow College, that's what you need to do right now, because
stay deep. Yeah. If they catch it in front of you, they've still got to make a move, and they're out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So if you stop them in the middle of the field, it's going to be over. You don't want to let them behind you.
Well, you've noticed that too, especially when we saw the touchdown plays, and a lot that these wide receivers from Pima are really beating the Snow defense down the field.
Cooper back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, buys some time, rolls to the right, throws short, got a man open. Hit, and he's got the 1st down. On the catch is John Cole. So good to see Cole back out on the field. We weren't sure how badly he was injured, but he is back out there, so that's good.
Yeah.
5.1 seconds remaining.
Got enough to get one more off here.
One more play here. Cooper steps up in the pocket, almost crossed the line of scrimmage, and then throws it incomplete. And that's going to be the end of the 1st half of play. Badgers lead it by a score of 36-10 at the end of the 1st half.
Yes, what are your thoughts right now on both sides of the spectrum in the halves here?
Well, I think the Badger defense sparked the offense, and the offense was able to move the ball on some real key possessions right there. at the latter part of the first quarter and the first part of the second quarter. I think they've scored enough points if the defense can stand up. That the Pima offense has shown they can move the ball, but they've really struggled when they get in a position to score. I mean, they had the one where they would have been first and goal inside the 2, but they fumbled that and came back. They've had some real challenges that way. I don't know. I think I hope we don't see the unsportsmanlike conducts and the dead ball fouls that we've saw in the second quarter. I hope both teams can come out and play a clean second half.
Oh, I totally agree, and especially when you have your institutions on the line. Your players are the ones that are seen out there, and you don't want them to be seen as, as like these rowdy, unsportsmanlike people, because that kind of also helps represents your institution, if you know what I mean.
So halftime, I do. I appreciate that, and we will have some statistics coming up shortly here in just a little bit. We'll take this opportunity and watch some of the halftime festivities, and we will be back shortly with some stats.
I actually got little things around.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
For you NBA fans and Jazz fans or Nuggets fans, the Utah Jazz is up by 4 in the third against the Nuggets, 64 to 60. Let's see. Boise State, for all you Idaho, for all the people in Idaho, are up 7-0 to BYU. And if you want to look at other scores, the Pelicans are down, for all those who are in New Orleans, to the Spurs. For all the people in Texas, the Lakers are down by 1 to the Trailblazers, while the Celtics have lost to the Pacers tonight by 1. The Hawks beat the Heat, while the Rockets went past the Bulls.
Okay, excellent. All right, we'll have some stats coming up in just a little bit. Welcome back to halftime of the Snow College Badgers versus Pima Aztecs.
Snow College Badger cheerleaders.
Snow TV bringing you the live video stream from Ephraim, Utah. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. First off, the Badgers have picked up 16 first downs, rushing 19 times for 152 yards and passing for 184 yards. Braxton Kerr has been 14 out of 22 with one interception, one touchdown. His long pass was of 38 yards. Punt returns, the Badgers have returned 2 punts for 41 yards and an interception return for 64 yards. That was the first score by the Snow College Badgers. The Badgers have only punted 1 time. They punted for 40 yards. The Badgers have had 2 fumbles, lost none of them. They've been penalized 7 times for 44 yards. Time of possession for the Badgers, just 10 minutes and 30 seconds. They are 5 out of 7 on third down conversions. 3 out of 3 on red zone scores. The Pima Aztecs, 12 first downs. They've rushed the ball 15 times for 62 yards and passed for 173. 13 out of 23 with 1 interception as well. So total offense for the Aztecs, 38 plays, 235 yards. The Badgers, 41 plays for 336 yards. Jalen Warren for the Badgers has rushed 15 times for 144 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. His long run was of 37 yards. He's averaged 9.5 yards per carry is Jalen Warren. Braxton Kerr, just 3 carries for 15 yards. And Brandon Ellis, 1 carry for 3. Receiving yards, Derek Wright, 5 catches for 115 yards, a long of 38. Jalen Powell, 3 catches for 28 yards, a long of 23. Chase Hess, 3 catches for 10 yards. And Xavier Kufor, 2 catches for 25 yards. The Badgers are led defensively by Parker Wookman, who has 5 unassisted tackles. 2 of them were sacks in the ball game. Leon Morgan, 4 unassisted tackles. Trace Tupe has a tackle for loss and 2 unassisted tackles, 3 assisted tackles. And Samote Lokutui, 3 unassisted tackles, none for loss. The Badgers got on the board first. Eric Williams, 64-yard interception return. James Baird kick failed. The Badgers then scored on a Jalen Warren 24-yard run. That was at 34 seconds remaining in the first half. Pima got on the board with a field goal. That was also in the first quarter. Badgers Chase Hess, a 5-yard pass from Braxton Kerr. Badgers also scored on the Jalen Warren 2-yard run. That was the first play of the second quarter. Pima got a touchdown on a Nate James 37-yard pass from, I believe that was Ringer that made that pass. James Baird had a field goal with 9:52 remaining in the second quarter, and Jalen Warren another TD run, a 37-yard run with 3:42 remaining in the first half. Statistics for the Pima Aztecs. Got the names on here wrong. I was told by our stat keeper that he used last year's roster, which I do not have. So I can only give you the team statistics there for rushing. Total offensive plays again for Pima, 38 plays, 235 yards. They had 173 yards passing and 62 yards rushing. So at halftime, Badgers lead it 36-10. And we'll be back with more in just a little bit.
At the Snow College Badger Pep Band. Under the direction of Dr. David Coleman.
Welcome back to the broadcast as we get set for the second half. Snow College Badgers and the Pima Aztecs. Pima will have the ball to start the second half, trailing 36-10.
Well, what are your thoughts right now after, our break? What do you think if you're Pima?
I think you got to decide which quarterback you want to go with and maybe stick with him and try to stay on a roll. I think Ringer is the more accurate passer. I think Cooper gives you a lot more options running the ball, keeping a play alive. He's able to break tackles and stay on his feet, find somebody downfield, or just turn it upfield and run.
I agree. It's a hard choice between those two because, you've seen them both do really good. And like you said, there's that whole scrambling thing with Cooper that really gives him an edge. But
and he's got a very strong arm. I just don't know if he's quite as accurate.
I agree. You know, I wouldn't say his scrambling does remind me of Russell Wilson, but not the accurate. You know, like you said, the accuracy. Ringer's more of like, let's say, an Aaron Rodgers, or yeah, more of an Aaron Rodgers kind of. So, you know, accurate passer is able to get it to your man really quickly.
Pima was very successful with a lot of those crossing routes when Ringer was into the ball game, and with Cooper it was more some of his scrambling, able to turn it upfield. They did have that one play to Brailer that was a big yardage game as well.
To all of you that are in those warm weather territories, when it gets cold and the wind starts to blow, it gets bad. Makes it colder than it should be.
It is a little chilly up here. Be nice if the Badgers would build a new press box, but I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Too many budget cuts in the background.
Well, and there's a lot of question what's going to happen with football, considering that as of right now, all of the Maricopa County schools will be calling it quits. And I believe Pima has announced that they will not play football next year as well. The only two schools that are at this point keeping football is Eastern Arizona and Arizona Western.
If you look at the turnout tonight, and just for how good this football program is, I'd say keep it.
Well, I agree. Pima show that they're the only undefeated team in conference right now. Undefeated in conference play, I should say. High end over end kick is going to be taken at about the 13-yard line. Out to the 30, 35, and very near the 40-yard line. Nice return right there by Jordan Porter, wide receiver from Tucson, Arizona.
And if you notice that Pima, what they really got down with the special teams is those return players. They have made great yards tonight, which I was interested to see how much they had today.
Keep in mind, none of the names on Pima's side are correct. Our statistician kept all of or used last year's roster. I don't know why. So none of the names are correct, but all the numbers are correct. So Ringer is at quarterback to start the second half. Pass out in the flats, out over the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line. Dylan Holt, the receiver. So Ringer starts the second half. A gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Brailer to the side of Ringer. Ringer steps up in the pocket, throws, got a man out for a gain of about 5 yards, it looks like, out over the 45 to near the 47-yard line.
Like you said with Ringer, it's just accurate bullet passes, and he did good that time to scramble out from a defender trying to sack him there. And he managed to find number 28, his man.
Ronson Young.
Just to get him a few yards for the first, well, not close to the first down.
Call it 3rd and 3. Trips wide to the right. Ringer, long snap count. Looks to the right. Bounces out of the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. So the Aztecs held to a 3 and out on their first possession. Leon Morgan back deep to receive the punt. Pima a little late getting a player out there. Now they're ready to go.
Now you got to be careful because Leon Morgan's also had a great return night.
High wobbly kick is going to be fielded by Morgan. Morgan makes the catch and wrapped up fairly quickly out near the 25-yard line. So 3 and out for the Aztecs, and the Badgers now come out on offense. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 25.
starting to see a little bit of a mirror thing from first half. As you saw, it was snow. They went with sort of a 3 and out, so could be a switch around this time around.
Jalen Warren in the backfield with Braxton Kerr at quarterback. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left for the Badgers. Play action. Pass is almost intercepted. Boy, the defensive back really read that perfectly and almost intercepted it. Christian Maddox from North Augusta, South Carolina, read that play, stepped in front of the pass, and just could not hold on to it. 2nd and 10. Kerr hands it off to Warren. Nope, kept it. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. So the Pima defense is stepping it up.
You can tell the Pima defense now is starting to buckle down. They're getting more aggressive.
Third down, call it 9. Kerr back to pass. Has a man open. Derek Wright. Wright makes the catch. And he's going to pick up the first down as he gets over the 35-yard line to the 37. And the Badgers will get a new set of downs.
You know, that's just another great open look by Derek Wright and Braxton Kerr. He's been able to find him on those third downs.
And they stopped that play, not sure why. Somebody call timeout? There's a flag, but why? Flag was thrown
Ref is
by one of the back judges. Oh, illegal substitution on the Aztecs. So a 5-yard penalty. That'll move it up to the 42-yard line, 1st and 5. Badgers go with trips to the left. And Derek Wright split wide to the right. Kerr back to pass, steps out of the pocket, now throws deep. And it's going to be caught by Powell. And I think the defensive player that time thought the ball was more towards the inside of the field. He had good coverage, broke the coverage, thinking the ball was not there. And Powell ends up with the easy catch.
You know, those plays like that, you know, Braxton Kerr, you can hear me always compare them to these NFL players, but Braxton Kerr reminds me of, like, the way he throws is a Matthew Stafford just to get it a long way down, or Patrick Mahomes.
Well, those are pretty good comparisons. 1st and 10, the Badgers inside the 25-yard line, mark it at the 22. 1st and 10. Hand off to Warren. Warren gets to the outside, now breaks it back to the middle, or back to the inside, picks up maybe 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, Jalen Warren, for, you know, starting with a rough start tonight, he has really just exploded.
144 yards in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
Play action, pass to the tight end. It's going to be enough for the first down just outside of the 10-yard line. Pass is caught by Ron Tiabasue.
Touchdown by number 18, Leon Julio, number 50, Christian Allen.
So 1st and 10.
That's another
1st and goal at the 10. Hand off to Warren. Warren to the outside, and he waltzes into the end zone, touchdown. That play fooled several Pima Aztecs. I think they thought the play was going more to the outside, and they gave it to Warren, who takes it right into the end zone.
I agree. It looked like, from what you said, it fooled them quite a bit. Great call by the coach on that one.
So the Badgers take their first possession of the second half, and they get it into the end zone. Extra point coming up out of the hold of Derek Wright. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Badgers lead it by a score of 43-10.
That's what I like to see, some good sportsmanship out there. Snow player helping up a Pima player, especially after our little first half scuffles we had there.
That second quarter was not too pretty on either side. We had, what, three offsetting penalties? We had at least one ejection, maybe two.
Yeah, that's about it. And, you know, like we all said before, you don't like to see that kind of stuff.
I hope coming up in the second half, we can see Shama Luane for the Badgers in the backfield.
Now, I don't want to say anything. I just heard that he's been healthy, but he hasn't been playing these last few games. No, I don't know what's going on. At least that's what I heard.
Well, last time I saw him play, he was playing really well.
Yeah.
The Badgers have been deep at running back this year, I think, even with losing Darman Natoa. Of course, Jalen Warren has stepped up really big. Brandon Ellis has had some good games. Shama Luane.
Just a power horse, that guy.
This is more of a low line drive kick, going to be taken at the 10-yard line to the 20, 23-yard line, and then driven back. The Aztecs will have it first and 10, their second possession here of the second half. This is a good thing about being out in the stands. Everybody wants to come and talk to us.
Well, they all think we're running the game here.
I guess. Ringer at quarterback once again. Hand off to Brayler. And the pile moves forward. A gain of about 4 yards, close to 5, out over the 25-yard line. Right in between the 27 and 28.
Another good thing about here outside the press box is the view. I mean, you can't see it now with all the lights on, but get a good view of the S on the mountain.
That's
when
true.
Daylight.
Second and call it 6. Ringer, pass out in the flats. Big hit, first down. Making the catch is Dylan Holt from Denver, Colorado. He gets out over the 30 to the 35, and that'll move the chains. Tackled by John Alfa-Ngawe.
Sorry, I was going to say that was pretty good of him just to power through 3 tacklers, but now it may be taking his toll with the same guy.
Dylan Holtz down on the ground. Looks like he might be having a cramp in his right calf.
When doubted out here in the cold weather.
Well, he pops up now. That gives Ringer a chance to go over and talk with the coach to see what play to run. New set of downs at the 35-yard line, first and 10. Ringer with Brayler in the backfield. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Back to passes Ringer. And he's going to be wrapped up and sacked for a loss. Coming up to make the tackle for the Badgers is Noah Purcell.
You know, that was good of Purcell to get through that offensive line and get straight to the quarterback. But you noticed on that one, Ringer kind of hesitated when he saw him coming. He had somebody it looks like. I couldn't see who was open. But he hesitated and then got sacked.
Second and 20, hand off to Brayler. Brayler crosses the line of scrimmage and picks up maybe 3. Out to the 28. It'll be 3rd and 17. Badgers with some mass substitutions. 3rd and 17. Ringer back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's got a lot of room to run if he wants to. Breaks a tackle, gets a block. Might have been in the back, but no flag. And a good job by Ringer to pick up the first down as he gets into Badger territory.
You gotta love those quarterbacks that, you know, they're great with passing, but they're smart enough to know when to run the ball and when they see those openings.
That was a great call by Ringer. He had a lot of room to run. And he did break one tackle on his way to the first down and to get in Badger territory. Ringer again with Brayler in the backfield. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap, but Ringer handles it fine. Now he's under pressure and sacked.
Looks like the pocket just collapsed on that one.
Kennedy Malaulu from Oceanside, California. A loss of 6. Back to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 16. Same formation, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Brayler in the backfield with Ringer. Ringer looks to pass quickly out on the flats. Got a man out there, breaks a tackle, gets to the outside and down the field. Pass is caught, I believe, by Ronson Young. Young is back into Badger territory and has the first down at the 39-yard line.
I'm going to give it to the Pima offense right now. Ringer's being accurate as he can be right now, and most of his receivers are just breaking tackles left and right.
Well, they're not going with it deep down the field. They've just been passing short passes out of the flats and short down the field and let the receivers make something happen. Now Ringer gets sacked, but he loses the ball. And the Badgers have come up with it. Boy, it seems like every time Pima gets something going offensively and gets something moving, something bad happens, and that's another fumble that they lose, and the Badger defense is held.
It's tough, especially if you're a Pima, a fan or a player. I mean, you know, you feel like when you were, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but when you were little trying to reach into the cookie jar with your hand, your mom goes, no, don't do that, every time.
We didn't have cookies when I was a kid.
Well, what did you have?
Kerr takes the snap, passes to Powell out of the backfield, loses it. Was that a lateral? The whistle hasn't been blown. If they say it's a lateral, that's going to be Pima's ball. That's the referee's call, I believe. And I haven't seen any signal yet.
I think he's going to talk with the other sideline ref.
Well, they're going to call that incomplete. That was hard to tell.
Couldn't quite see from our angle, could we?
Incomplete pass, not this angle. This is not a good angle for us to see it. But the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. Kerr takes the snap, looks downfield, got a man on a crossing route, big hit. And that's Powell that got drilled just as the ball got there. Great defensive play by Marshawn Gibson.
And that, you know, it was a great pass. You know, Kerr had his man. It was a bullet pass, got it straight to Powell. But you're seeing the ferocity of this Pima defense really starting to come out right now, probably with a bit of being frustrated.
Man in motion. Kerr back to pass, looks over the middle. Now scrambles out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it under his arm and run. Hit as he goes out of bounds. That's going to be well short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2, or 4th and 2. And again, here's kind of a tweener. Do you punt it or go for it? Badgers are going to go for it here on 4th and 2.
That's an interesting call, especially for how far you are up.
And it looked like they were trying to draw him off sides. Still 10 seconds on the play clock. And they do go for it. Handoff goes to Ellis. Ellis needs to turn it upfield. He does. Breaks a tackle, and it's a foot race. Brandon Ellis takes it into the end zone. Touchdown. Brandon Ellis takes it 48 yards.
It's funny for
maybe one hand on him is all.
Yeah, not much there. He got. It was a great play there too. I mean, you tried to drive him off sides, didn't work. They all were going to blitz you could tell. So you pitch it to your one guy that's outside, and he managed to get through. And it was funny how we were talking about how deep the running game of this offense is.
Extra point coming up. Out of the hold of Derek Wright. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Badgers lead it 50-10.
So, for all you Alabama Crimson Tide lovers or haters, either one, they pretty much destroyed LSU 29-0. So,
yep.
Sorry to all you Tiger fans out there. You're an Alabama fan, aren't you, Gary?
Not even close. Not even close. I'm still holding on to the year that the Utes defeated Alabama.
Yeah. Keep holding on to that year.
That's all I got.
Much like you, I hold on to the years where the Jazz actually went to the championships, but were routed by Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan Porter back deep to receive, along with Diamante Burton for the Pima Aztecs. I'll check that. It is not Burton. Who's on the far side over there?
Number 24, it looks like. No,
is it?
34.
And that's who's going to take it. A short kick. So Marshawn Gibson on the kickoff return out across the 30.
Looks like it had another little scuffle there, but Snow defender and Pima offensive player there just kind of backed off from each other right afterwards.
That's good.
Number 3,
so at the 34-yard line, Aztecs will have it, and again it's Ringer out at quarterback.
If you look down there, Gary, we got some 3 really happy fans here starting to cheer.
Brayler not in the backfield this time. Delay of game has been called against the Aztecs. So they mark it back to the 29-yard line, 1st and 15. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Couple of players on the wing, now a man in motion. Ringer rolls out to the right, now throws downfield. Pass is caught right at the line of scrimmage, or actually the original line of scrimmage. So picking up about 6-7 yards is Ronson Young, the wide receiver out of Makakilo, Hawaii.
You still have a quarter left, you know, if you're Pima, so this is an important one for you right now. Okay, well, we shall say goodbye to Gary after another great defensive play by the Snow College Badgers. I'm Easton Stauffer here with you tonight on a very, very chilly night, and we will be having Vahi join us, our great cameraman. How you feeling tonight, Vahi?
I'm pretty cold, man.
Well, I'm feeling the same, but we're ready for some football, right?
Yes, sir. It's a bit nippy here in Ephraim.
Snap. Ringer gets it, throws it, almost picked off, but his man gets it. Number 11,
Pass completed.
Jordan Porter all the way for the touchdown. What a play.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
No, you don't. It about got picked off there.
Yeah, way to capitalize off of a tip.
Oh, man, that was just great if you're a Pima Aztec for just such the heartbreak and everything going on here tonight. That's just a spark of life in your offense here.
Dang. That was a great play made by Pima's Jordan Porter. Now we got the PAT coming on the field.
Going for the extra point here. I'm going to have to do what Gary does now.
And the PAT is complete.
That's good.
It is good.
Now, after seeing that, that's a good sign for the Pima offense. Has been cold for most of this night. Not just because of the weather. No puns intended.
No puns intended.
But like you said, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, you do not. What I am surprised by, though, is I'm pretty proud of this Snow College defense coming out with a level head in this second half.
You know, also the Pima offense too. I mean, both sides. I think the coach is calling them down a bit afterwards, telling them, "Hey, it's just the game.
Most definitely.
Let's just play."
Yeah.
I mean, when you were in football, I'm sure like you guys had some feisty games, and the coaches would come and tell you, "Look, let's just sit down. Let's take a breather. We're still playing the game. We don't want anybody ejected for another one."
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of these players can get caught up in the heat of the moment. So thinking about the consequences afterwards, well, they'll probably lose it eventually.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. But both teams are doing good so far, keeping a level head. And Pima's offense stepping up, making the play.
A little breath of life.
Yeah.
Now as we get ready for the kickoff, and let's see who's in the backfield. Can you see who's in the backfield?
It's kind of hard to make out the number from here.
Yeah, sorry, like we said before, we don't have a really good vantage point here. The kick is away. It's a little bit of a low kick, high but low. And I believe that's Powell who comes down with it. He's broken about 3 tacklers, make that 4. And now he's been brought down at the 34, maybe?
Yep, looks to be about the 34-yard line. Now we got the Snow Badger offense coming onto the field.
Seeing how Braxton Kerr and his offense do here to answer to that great Pima touchdown that just happened.
Yep.
Looks like they're having a word with the coach before they come out on the field.
Great job on Pima's side for capitalizing on mistakes.
Oh yeah.
And this defense has been doing pretty good so far.
I mean, I remember you telling me earlier about the ferocity of this defense. Okay, Kerr. Play action, and it's
picked off. Oh no. It is incomplete. Ref says it's incomplete.
You could argue otherwise. It looked like a catch to me.
It did. I was actually convinced it was an interception.
I mean, that was a saving grace for Braxton Kerr right there.
Yeah.
After rolling out of the pocket and almost getting hit and throwing it away there.
This Badger offense saved by the referee.
Yeah.
All right. Braxton receives the snap. Rolls out to the right side of the field and
throws it away. Incomplete. Man, you know, we go back to the other. I can see why those players were not happy right now. For Pima, you could argue that was a catch.
Yeah. I'd be upset as well. I mean, given the point of this game, and Pima would definitely need as much upsides as possible.
I totally agree. Takes the snap, looks for his man, and I believe he hit His man out to the right. And that was number 5, Jalen Powell.
Yep. That was a great play made by the DB. Looks like it's number 34. 34 Pima.
Let's see. Marshawn Gibson with the tackle. I believe there was no gain on the play, maybe a yard or 2.
Yep.
That last one.
Now we got the punt team onto the field.
Great defensive stand by the Pima Aztecs for this one. They needed it. A little bit of a high-lower kick there. They're letting it roll. And it gets to about maybe the 19-yard line, almost the 20.
We got the Badger defense hopping onto the field. You know, I'd have to say, so far in the game, I've been pretty surprised with the ability on the special teams of the Pima College football team.
I agree.
They've definitely been making a lot of their plays on special teams, and they've averaged at least over 10 yards on each return.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, you know, one of these times you have to be careful if you're the snow defense to make sure they don't get free. All right, everybody's lined up here. Pima getting ready. It's a snap.
And nearly intercepted. Ooh.
Had his man out there, number 14. Dylan Holt. Great pass, but just under really hard coverage on that one.
Great coverage for number 35 for the Badger defense.
Pima's lined up with 3 wide out to the right and 1 to the left. He's got 1 man in the backfield.
And it's a handoff. It looks about to be a 2-yard gain.
Let's see, his run was for number 24. Not listed. Oh no, never mind, 22. Davion DeVos. Doesn't this say where he's from? But I think it's the first time we've seen him in this game. Oh, under pressure, Ringer manages to get out of it.
Kahi Nevis with the pressure, and he throws it away. Ooh, Parker Workman, is that Parker?
No, maybe. I don't think that is Parker Workman.
Oof.
That's Jason Money who's going after him if it's number 10.
Jason Money. Oh, okay, no, there it is. That's number 40. Yep. Parker Workman nearly sacked the QB. Kahi Nevis, good job with the quarterback pressure. Number 7 for Pima did a great job.
Special teams is coming out. Good punt, really high.
Oh!
And what just happened there? I didn't see. I was following the ball.
Yeah, so it looked like number 36 wasn't paying attention to where the ball was going, and he accidentally ran right into the receiver, the guy who was receiving the ball.
Big hit there. Flag on the field for that. I believe it'd be. Let's see, what penalty are we getting here?
He waved it down and ended up getting hit.
Probably unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe. Love our enthusiastic snow band in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
They'll let the rest know who did it or what happened.
Yeah. There's a lot of pride coming out of these stands.
For you out there who are Jazz fans and Nuggets fans, the Nuggets ripped apart the Utah Jazz with 103-88.
Oh, man.
Sad day for us Jazz fans.
It's all good.
Congratulations to anybody in Denver listening. So we got great field position here for the Snow offense after the penalty. Looks like they're about at the 31-yard line.
Yep, looks like the ball has been placed on 31-yard line.
So
First and 10.
let's see how Snow does with this great field position. Braxton Kerr takes the snap, hands it off. I believe that is correct. Yes, Brandon Ellis. And he had a great gain there, found the pocket and went through there.
Yep.
But the gain, I would believe about, let's see, where do they put the ball? I'd say maybe a good yardage for a first down on that one.
Yeah. And on top of that with the flag, then, oh, yeah, right there.
Ball on the 30, so that was a good pickup from the, no wait, no, the ball on the 10, so that was a good 20-yard pickup there. So Braxton Kerr with 2 men in the backfield with him. 2 wide out to his left. And there's 1 in the slot to his left there, I believe. 23. Samota, no, is that all correct? Well, he takes the snap, rolls out to the right, gets his tight end, number 87. On Tiavasu.
Ron Tiavasue.
My bad.
Native of a kid, New Zealand.
Wow.
We got some Kiwis on the field tonight. Yeah, bro.
Always wanted to travel to New Zealand. Looks to be a very pretty place.
Yeah, I've never been, but I heard they got some really good chocolates and some really good meat pies.
And we have another flag on the field right now. Interesting. Snow was looking back at their college to this, not their college. The
coaching staff on the sideline.
The coaching staff on the sideline. My bad, everybody.
It's all good. It's probably the cold weather that's getting to us.
I don't know what's worse, me messing up or not filling my hands right now.
Same.
So they're being
moved.
I'm
so sorry.
No.
Thanks for letting everyone at home. He let me borrow his gloves, so he sacrificed his hands so that I can keep mine.
So the penalty was on Snow, and they moved the ball all the way back to, it looks to be the 20, or no, not quite the 20. I'd have to look, yeah, maybe, almost there.
All right.
About 24-yard line, maybe?
So
he takes the snap, hands it off.
Ooh, a draw play that's snuffed out by Pima's defense. Great job.
Another run by Brandon Ellis. It's kind of weird that Jalen Warren is not running right now, but maybe the coaching staff is trying to keep him warmed up for the next game.
You're right.
Which you may be traveling with there, Bobby, right?
Yeah. Huh? Next weekend, I'm playing Eastern Arizona in Thatcher.
Braxton Kerr with about 2 men in the backfield. 2 wide out to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off. But Ellis is being snuffed out. And we have a flag also on the field. But what a great defensive possession from Pima.
This was a great play made by this Pima defense. To be honest, it didn't look like anyone was being blocked at all.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. They went right through that offensive line, and they about pummeled Braxton Kerr right there with Brandon Ellis to his side. But Brandon Ellis managed to escape and run back a bit, but was soon followed.
What seemed to be a botched play ended up being handed off to number 41. Actually, to be honest, I don't even know if Braxton was supposed to take the ball himself, or
maybe he was. I don't know, because Alice looks like he just took it from him and started to run with it. Like he got kind of nervous and.
Yeah.
Let's see what the flag is.
Wow.
Oh, not good for the Pima.
Wow.
Face mask. Not gonna do that when you're in a 3rd and long situation there.
Yeah.
They move up the ball to, it looks like to be to the 19-yard line, maybe 18. So that was a major loss for
the Pima defense.
Pima defense there. Maxon Kerr with 2 men in the backfield. One wide out to his, I believe that's Powell to his left and 2 to his right. Derek Wright, wide out. Man in motion. Takes the high snap, hands it off. And Powell is, oh no, that's Ellis, my bad. Is snuffed out again quickly.
Looks like it was a loss of a yard. About 1 yard loss.
Now, again, remind me, what position did you play when you were in football?
Oh, so I played offensive line when I was in high school. Yeah.
At this time, you've noticed that the offensive line for Snow has been kind of crumbling a bit under this Pima defense. What would you be doing to make differences right now?
Ooh, to make differences, I'd say a lot of it could be taking mental reps. I mean, at the beginning of this game, this offensive line was doing pretty well. They're clicking pretty well. But I feel like in the second half, I honestly feel like they could be getting comfortable with the lead that they have so far. And on top of that could play with the mental game. At least when I was in high school, whenever we were in the lead coming out in the second half, it was kind of like some teams would take it easy, you know what I mean? They would get a little bit comfortable. But you can't really have that kind of mentality because easily within two quarters, that's a lot of time to switch the game around.
I agree. And for those who are still watching, we have a hurt player on the field, number 94 for Pima, and also an offensive foul on Snow College, which moves them back 5 yards. See the hurt player, number 94. Johnny Scales, defensive lineman from Indianapolis. I hope he comes back on the field because we don't like to see hurt players on any side.
Right.
So we have about 3. We have 1 in the slot. It looks like Powell, and we have 2 right out. Takes the snap. Little pass there.
The flat. Oh.
Breaking about maybe 3 tacklers and finally getting snuffed out by the rest of the Pima defense there.
Yeah.
And who made the catch on that one?
I couldn't really see his number, but
great little
decent gain.
Yeah, I was gonna say great little short pass to him.
Yep. Not enough to get the first down, but that was a great, maybe about 3 yard gain.
Oh, that's who made it. Ron Tiavasu.
Oh, okay.
Please forgive me if I butcher any names.
It's all good, man.
All right, we got 1 man in the backfield. 2 out to his right and to his left. Takes a snap. Goes back.
A lot of time in the pocket.
He's going to run it.
The sideline.
Ooh. Took a hit on the way down as he slid. I think they may let the clock run out on this one. You kind of forget, you know, how long you've been out here. It's 3rd quarter still.
Yeah.
Not for too much longer, but.
Braxton Kerr. That was a great protection by the Badger offensive line. And we've got the special teams onto the field. Oh, that's the end of the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Not much happened there. Only 1 score. Well, actually, no, 2 scores between the 2 teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, you know, it was a good sign, though, if you're a Pima fan and player, to see that your offense had a bit of life breathed into it. And the defense there, too, was being pretty tough.
Yeah, they definitely stepped up in this half.
Now, I mean, thinking now, as you're down this far as a Pima person, what would you think the coach would be saying right now?
Oh, as the Pima coaches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Being down this much, I feel like the main thing that these coaches are probably trying to do is to keep the morale of the team up.
I agree. Yeah. I think they'd be just telling them to go out there and play and try your hardest.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down to Gary's little spot so I can see past the P box here.
All right. All right, special teams onto the field.
We're going to take the field goal attempt here. It's good.
Yep.
Oh,
Kick is good.
they say it is good. So, how long was that? That was a pretty long field goal attempt.
Yeah. It had to have been about, maybe. It had to be about 40 yards.
What a great leg on the kicker for Snow. So Snow comes up with 3 points, makes it 53-17.
Yep. But most definitely, I feel as a coach on the Pima College football team, keeping the morale of the team up is probably their hugest priority right now. And definitely making some changes on both sides of the ball. And so far they've done a great job. Pima's defense has definitely stepped up, making great plays. And with the offense scoring that touchdown off of the tip pass.
I mean, I give kudos to both sides of these things,
Yep.
I mean, Pima, it did take them slow to start, but we all have those slow times to start. But when they got it together, they got it together.
Yeah.
Especially the defense.
I always find it amazing that a lot of these teams coming out into the second half of every game could possibly be a different team that you saw in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. Like I told Gary this before. We all watched that Super Bowl between the Hawks and the Patriots. Not the Hawks, the Falcons. My bad. I'm thinking of another Atlanta team. My mind's on the NBA right now.
Oh, good. Yeah, I won't ever forget that Super Bowl.
Kick is, it's a beeline kick, high, really far one here too. And a hard hit at the end there.
Looked like he was taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So about as much as he did if he knelt it in the end zone.
Yeah.
Let's see, whoever took that was number 11, I believe. If I'm correct, yes, it's Jordan Porter.
All right.
So this Pima the offense is getting ready right now. They're talking to their coach. Snow defense coming out, getting ready.
All right.
Looks like they're going to play a bit of zone defense here. Oh, somebody jumped. The flag is thrown. Free play, but
whoa!
Another scuffle. Not too much though. They broke it up quickly. But Pima got away with one there because Snow did jump. If you looked off to the right side there.
Looks like it was number 9, Kahi Neves, with the offsides.
Got to make sure in these times you keep calm and you don't give them these extra yards here.
Yeah, his defensive line looks like they got the jitters. I can't really hear what's going down over there on the field, but if the QB or the offense had been playing around with their cadence, good job with that offsides penalty that you brought on that defensive line.
Yeah. Let's see, Pima lines up with 2 wide out to the left. Man in motion. Ringer gets it. Oh, he's in pressure, but he managed to scramble out of it, and he throws it away incomplete.
Incomplete. Looks like number 11 was the intended receiver.
Just threw a little low there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Let's see, so now we're looking off to the sideline to get what the coach is saying. Looks like Powell's moving around here. Not Porter, no, Porter, my bad. Sorry, I was thinking about Snow. All right, going back. We got a man in the backfield. 2 wide out, well, not wide out, but 2 to his right and 2 to his left.
Hand off to number 9, Jalen Olumua.
Ooh.
Oh, trucking it through the defense of the Snow College Badgers.
And I think he managed to get the first down.
Wow, crazy. The Hawaii native out of Mililani High School, Jalen Olumua.
Do you know him?
I do not know him personally, but they're rivals of my alumni.
I see. Well, he looks like
my alma mater, sorry.
You're what? Sorry, the fan.
Yeah, not alumni, poor choice of words, sorry, but my alma mater.
Another handoff, and they get snuffed out quickly. That last play for He looked like a bull running through a bunch of people.
Yeah.
To pick it up. And oh no, we got another hurt Pima player on the field.
Oh, man.
Holding it looked like his arm at first.
Dang. It's always the worst getting injuries, especially towards the end of the game.
You don't like to see that.
Yeah,
and plus, you got one more game left in the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
just hope everything's okay with that player down there.
I mean, you know, what Gary was telling me was that a lot of these teams here in these conferences are going to drop football next year from, you know, cost.
That's what I heard.
And, you know, as Pima, you don't want to end your season like this.
Yeah.
You know, with hurt players. I mean, you got one game left, but hurt players can really change a game.
Yeah. Because you don't know what kind of influence that player could have on the team.
Yeah, it can be hurtful. I mean,
Yep.
I'm trying to think of a team right now that, last year, if I can think of one NFL team that really missed it, was the Houston Texans when Deshaun Watson hurt his ACL at practice.
You're right. You're right. You definitely saw that within each game. They still continue to play well, but with the absence of Deshaun Watson, there was some parts of the team that suffered.
Oh yeah, especially the passing game too.
Yep.
But now you look at that team now with him back, and you know, a bit wiser and older.
Yeah.
They're looking good. You know, he's making those passes downfield. And DeAndre Hopkins, one of the good receivers in this league right now. You know, not this league, but the NFL league, is really prospering from that. Looks like the Pima players being helped up.
All right. Just hope everything's okay.
Me too.
At the end of regulation, our men suffered.
Looks like the Snow defense is being pulled out right now to be talked to by the coach. And that's good. He's being helped off the field.
Looks like he is number 52.
Let's see, number 52. Rio Claytor, offensive line, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Rio Claytor.
I'll give him a bit of a clap for him for getting off the field. I'm glad to see him off and going there.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't have to get carted off. Those are always the worst to see.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I'm surprised to see that a lot of these schools here, especially in Arizona and here at Snow, there are a lot of players that come out of the islands to play football.
I agree. You know, I think it's a good place to look and recruit.
Yeah.
So much talent coming out of the islands.
Yeah, I mean, even with like in the backfield, we have Jalen Olamua. There's a couple offensive linemen for Pima College. The right tackle, number 57, Fia, coming out of St. Francis, and also the left tackle, Scotty Angasiva, both out of the islands of Hawaii.
Ooh, got a crossing route.
Ooh, great play made by number, cannot see his number from here.
35.
5.
Let's see, who do we got here? 35. Jaquiz Wright. Jaquiz Wright. Yes. From, where is he from? Fort Meade, Florida.
Florida.
Shout out to Florida. Great play by him. They saw that time. You noticed on that one they had 3 wide out and they were all running crossing plays, slants. Yeah. He missed a few on that one. Yeah. Ringer did.
Yeah. Great defensive play made by the Badger defense.
And then you got 2 to his left and to his right. Takes it back. Ringer getting out of some pressure. Pocket has collapsed. He's going to take and run it. And he brings it up to maybe about the 46-yard line.
Yep. We see him there as he's trampled out and swarmed by a bunch of Badger jerseys. We had number 42 who made the tackle.
Let's see.
Isaac Fotu. And
do they...
number 96, Lieutenant Falatea, who was also on that play.
Sorry, I was interrupting on that. I was just thinking that they were going to give it to him because Snow was signaling that way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Pima was signaling this way. So now they're going to get the chain crew out here.
Oh.
But to go back on our thing with Hawaii, you know, like you said, there's a lot of talent. And from what you know, Hawaiians have pride in their football down in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, most definitely in the state of Hawaii. A lot of pride and a lot of ball being played down there. Oh, it looks like it is a turnover. Snow College has the ball. Great play made by the Pima College offense, although he did end up a bit short.
Those are always the worst when you just come up that short and you could, you know. But it's good to see them be that aggressive. I mean, you need that in other games, but also in this game too. So I'm wondering, do you keep Rex and Kerr out there or save him for the last game, or do you put Jason Money out there?
Yeah. You know, personally, I'd probably put my money on Jason Money.
I would too. And he is out there, Jason Money.
Oh, there he is.
Quarterback.
Jason Money. You know, going back on that comment you made about players coming out of Hawaii, I believe I said it earlier, but yeah, both teams have a decent amount of players that came out of the islands. A bunch of Polynesians, and also the one tight end, number 87, Ron, who comes out of New Zealand. It's great to see that, not even just within the islands of the Pacific, also outside of the United States, American football is being played. Because I don't know if you knew, but I heard that number 87, sorry, I gotta look at this roster here.
Let's see, so Money's got 2 men, well, hands it off.
Oh, no, Jason Money keeps it. It looks to be about a 2-yard gain.
Gets a little pat on the helmet from a Pima defender.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh, we have an offensive lineman limping off the field. Number 74.
Tristan Newton out of Lehigh, Utah.
Well, that's not good. That's near hometown for me.
Oh, man.
Lived next to Lehigh for a long time. Well, two in the backfield, 1 man in motion. Hands it off to Brandon Ellis, who managed to get a pickup about maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Great play. Great play made by the Pima defense.
Yes, yeah. You know, especially in just this game right now. I know you're down, but just keep playing. Your heart's out. That's just always what I felt like.
Yeah. I mean, with 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, there's still a lot of time to get to put some points up on that board.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, nobody in the backfield. Jason Money with 4 right out there. Oh, and he misses his man. Overshot him a bit.
Overshoots number 34. Just overshoots his receiver, Caden Larson, out of Bountiful, Utah. A transfer out of Weber State.
It looks like, you know, it was a good play. You know, he had the 4 wide out there.
Yep.
And he curled back, a little curl route, tried to get the ball. It just wasn't quite there when he wanted it.
Yeah.
So we got another go for about 5 wide out, nobody in the backfield, and somebody just jumped.
Dang.
Play whistle dead.
Like I said earlier, I feel like both of these teams got the jitters. Oh, looks like the punt team's coming up to the field.
Nope, offense, offsides. Can't have that happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 4th and 10, and the punt team decides to come out.
All right. We got the Snow College punt team on, and
it's a good kick, low. It gets a little bit of a bounce to, a little bit of hit in the back there. Looks like it went into the end zone. But to go back on your comments about the Pacific, I had no idea that the American football is starting to be played out of America.
Yeah, actually I heard from some of the players on the Badger football 87, I gotta get these names right. Ron Tiwasue was the defensive line coach, who was also the recruiting coordinator for the Snow Valley Badger football team, actually went to New Zealand and
really?
actually watched a few football games there where he ended up hearing of Ron and seeing him play, and ended up telling him, hey, why don't you come join us at Snow College and eat from Utah? And he was like, why not? Ooh, almost jumped that.
Yeah, all right. Ringer gets it. He tosses it. Overthrew it, though.
Oh.
Bad field position right now. My bad. Did not land in the end zone. It is about on the 10 right now.
Yeah.
I believe. No, not the 10. About the. Oh, it's on the 1 yard line. So not great field position to start with.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be careful here not to get a safety.
Pass was a bit overthrown. The receiver was surrounded by a bunch of Badger jerseys.
I mean, it's usually a smart play to do that, especially in that 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the snap. It looks like they run it. But
is it a safety?
And it is a safety.
It is a safety for the Snow College Badgers. Handoff to Jalen Olumua and taken down in the backfield.
You got to be careful. Like I said, you know, it's always, I mean, sometimes you can catch them off guard, the defense.
Yeah.
But, you know, those run plays are dangerous, especially on that 1 yard line.
Yeah.
You know,
we got a little scuffle on the field right now between number 7, John Ofengawe, and number 9, Jalen Olumua. Like I said earlier, this team, you got to keep your head straight.
Discipline. I'm glad his teammates are going out there to pull him back, because he looked like he wanted to go after that Pima defender.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate seeing that. And you kind of go, you know, if you're the coach saying, you know, come back here, you know, calm down. Don't let them get in your head. They're, you know, either side's just frustrated.
Yeah.
You can go with both sides here, you know, like both sides are just frustrated. It's been stagnant.
Yeah. I could actually see the rivalry there because number 7, John Ofengawe, is an alumni of Kahuku High School. Was also my alma mater as well, who actually rivaled the Mililani Trojans, where Jalen Olumua actually went to high school.
Really? Yeah. So a bit of bad blood there still.
Yeah. So you can see where the blood is boiling a bit. But it's still no excuse. You still have to be able to keep your head straight during the game.
Oh yeah, like that's just, you know, that can get you like cut out from another game.
Yeah, you're right. With one game left in the season, you don't want to get yourself taken out of the next game or disqualified from the next game because of a personal foul.
I mean, also if you're fighting for a bowl game, you know, that's something too. So looks like we're being set here to kick off. Pima with the kick. Good solid high kick. And with the return.
Whoa, and he looks like he's heading for the sideline. He's got a great open field in front of him.
But he is taken down. Number 2, Leon Morgan. Another great return.
Oh, looks like there's another scuffle on the sideline over there between some Snow College players and some Pima football players.
This is not good. I'm gonna say this is kind of ridiculous. You know, it's as
when we talk about discipline here.
Let's see. What I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the great Rod Hunley from the old announcer of the Jazz would always say at bad times, unbelievable. So I'm gonna say that right now, unbelievable.
Despite who instigated it.
I mean,
you gotta be able to play with a level head.
Yeah, you know,
I'll be completely honest, right now it's kind of hard to keep the comments going with the weather right now.
It is.
My jaw is kind of shaking a bit.
I've managed just to try to ignore it. Talking kind of helps, you know.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is right now, great return by Leon Morgan again, another great return. But you can't like let that get to you, especially in front of that sideline. No matter what they say, you got to let it just brush off your back.
You're right. You're right. When I was in high school, our head coach, his huge message to us was not to retaliate.
Yeah.
Not to retaliate. I mean, a lot of it he would always tell us not to retaliate. And despite the personal foul, I mean, despite the consequences within the game, a lot of the notion behind motivating us to not retaliate was the punishment we would possibly get the week after. You know what I mean?
Well,
if someone retaliated, then that's like 10 gases you have to run.
Yeah, I was going to say, these guys are going to be running quite a few laps now because I'm sure their coach is not happy with them at both sides.
Yeah.
And, you know, never played football. Always watched it my whole life.
Yeah.
But I've told you this. I have been under a football coach for a weights class named Coach Clark from Hawaii. Man, when you didn't take crap, you did something wrong, you'd be running laps with a 25-pound weight strapped to you.
Oh, I remember you telling me about him. Oh, yeah, that's right.
The old Hawaii coach.
Yeah, he actually coached for Lelehua High School.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
now,
team up in the up north.
Now, currently, the Westlake. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, good, no worries. Just bringing up, I remember the name, actually.
Great teacher, that man, but like I said, didn't take the lip from anyone.
All right, and Badger offense stepping onto the field. Jason Money in the back.
So like he's got 2 men, maybe about 3 men in the backfield with him. 2 receivers right out. And the play is whistled dead, I believe a
timeout.
Timeout, yeah.
No college.
Interesting. You see also these fights stop the game quite a bit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of the fans here would agree that when you're in almost maybe 20-degree weather, it's not fun when it keeps stopping.
Yeah. I imagine the refs won't want to be out there that long either.
Maybe that's why they keep throwing flags.
Yeah. From my understanding, I mean, it feels like if I was a ref, I would stop throwing flags.
That's true.
Just to get the clock to keep running so I can go home.
Go back to the nice hotel room or something.
Nice warm bed. Both teams stepping onto the field again. The Badger offense and the Pima College defense.
Looks like we got the same thing. 3 men in the backfield with Jason Money. Actually, no, wait, one's in the slot. My bad. No, wait, no. Never mind. 2 wide out. Not one's in the slot, but 3 in the backfield. Hands off to Brandon Ellis, who is taken down maybe about...
Was that a fumble?
It about looked like it. I think he got it though.
Yeah.
I think that was to the 52?
Yep, this will be about the 52-yard line. Decent game by the Badger offense.
It was, you know, a good play fake too, the handoff.
Yeah.
Looks like Money's looking off to the sideline. Getting taunts from his own players and the coach.
Yeah. I'm looking at both sidelines here. And a lot of these players are moving around here on the sideline trying to keep the blood going. Oh, botch snap. Jason Money up the middle. Oh, breaks it for at least 10, 20 yards. Taken down at the 28-yard line, it looks like.
What a great save by Jason Money. He like low snap, dropped the ball, and most of those don't really go to those things, but he picked it up and found the little holes throughout the whole defense.
Yeah.
And made him pay for it, about 20-yard gain.
Yep. I told you earlier, I'd put money on Jason Money.
I would too.
But still a great play made by the Aztecs.
Yes, it was, you know, to stop them.
Yep.
It's hard to stop those plays.
That was a great play made against a great defensive line here.
Let's see, so Money lined up with one man in the backfield, hands it off. Wait, no, he keeps it.
Jason Money keeps it.
And he runs it down to maybe the 19, almost there. Gotta get back down. The little.
Yeah, we got another scuffle.
Oh, we got another
scuffle here.
Jason Money.
Another flag thrown. Looks to be a personal foul.
You know, it laps for all of them. If only Coach Clark was here.
Yeah.
25-pound weight slaps.
Number 17.
Emotions are running high, blood boiling here between these two teams. I just feel sorry for the players that got to pay for some of the mistakes that these other guys are making for next week practices.
You got some of these other guys that are just sitting out here just telling them to calm down.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I wouldn't want to run next week either.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
At least more than I have to, I wouldn't want to.
Let's see. So it looks like we got two men out in the backfield with Money. I think one wide out. Another one off to his left, but it's wide out. And they're moving up the ball. So
ooh, looks like
personal foul.
This one was against the Aztecs.
So Pima with the personal foul.
I'm surprised.
Yep. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Pima. So that moves the ball up to the 9-yard line. 1st and 9 right now in the red zone. Money with two men in the backfield, two wide out, and another one off to his left. I believe that's the tight end. Hands it off.
Shamaluani. And he's still on his feet, driving and driving.
Luani makes it.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
The Shaman. Remember that nickname we gave?
Yeah,
the Shaman
scores. He did. The handoff to Shamaluani was great as he scored. You know. Oh well, there's another scuffle. Oh, I can't see it from here, but we got the Pima sideline running onto the field.
Oh man, that is just terrible to see. I mean, the whole, you know it's bad when the sideline's coming out.
Yeah, this is just crazy.
Well,
you know, despite the flags being thrown and the penalties, this Pima defense has been pretty stout against the offense.
Have.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear
the defensive line has been doing a great job.
Snow College band talking trash right now.
Oh man.
So, but you know, it's, I don't know, like with those kind of things, we've mentioned it so many times, you can't let your emotions run high.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I don't know how many of these guys are going to get ejected for what they're doing, you know?
We still got some Pima football players on the field right now.
They're talking to their coaches. I think the coaches finally got them to calm down and get back onto the sidelines.
Yeah.
It took a couple players from Snow as well to pull back some of their own.
Yeah.
I agree with Gary, you know, it's quit fighting, let's go home, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's out here having a long day.
Yeah. I feel like these referees are probably getting tired of it as well.
Oh, I don't know, you know, you're probably getting angry at this time. You're like, I'm going to eject somebody here soon if they keep it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's like with the game of basketball. You keep on doing what you're doing, you're going to get thrown out of the game.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Badger fans. Always sticking behind their team.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of pride up in these stands.
Oh yeah.
I feel like at times it could be intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that is a good like thing to say, because winning the national championship 1985, you know, and just being a great sports, you know, college is really like it gives you such a pride for it.
Yeah. And despite the opposition, I'm proud of the Pima College Aztecs stepping out onto the field today and playing their hearts out.
Yeah,
Oh, what's going on right now?
Oh, we got coach on the sidelines mad, telling somebody to get out of here. Number 7. Had out a few players, drug him back from his coach.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh no, coach is not happy right now.
Okay.
He's making him take a knee. I wouldn't be happy either.
I don't know what's going on, but do you think there could be a possible forfeit?
I don't know. The coaches have been out there for a long time discussing something. There may be ejections.
Oh, the coaches just told the band to silence themselves. Oh man.
Wow, things have gotten quiet here on the field today, people.
I gotta take my headphones off for this.
Pima team's coming out.
Snow College the players looked like they were getting reprimanded by their coaches.
What just happened? Now everybody's cheering. I was right, ejections.
Yep, multiple players got ejected.
Both sides, too.
Yep.
So, you know, I gotta just say it plain out, stupid on both sides.
Yeah,
you know?
no, you're right.
I mean, look, you got players going off the field now. The coach was yelling at one.
Yeah.
You know, and
no, you're right.
Some of the Pima ones, too. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said earlier, I mean, the worst thing you can do is retaliate. I mean, I can understand given the high emotions and the blood boiling within the game, it's kind of hard to, you know, keep those emotions in check. But you got to realize at some point after the play is done, as soon as the whistle blows, stop.
Yeah, I mean, why do you keep persisting on doing that, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And sadly, it ended up in the ejection of multiple players from both teams. And as a result, they won't be able to play in their last game of the season.
No, they won't, and that may hurt their teams. And I can see why the Snow College coach was really ripping on his players on that one.
Yeah. I was looking over at Pima's sideline as well, and it looked like their coaches were also reprimanding their players, trying to tell them to keep a level head. I actually heard Coach Misi over there, who is the linebacker coach for Snow College. I caught a little part of the end of his speech he was given to the players, and he was kind of reprimanding them, telling them that they're embarrassing the community here for their actions on the field so far.
That is, you know, he's so right. You know, like I told Gary this earlier. You come here. You're watched on this. To all these people, I'm talking to them right now.
Yeah.
You're watching this on YouTube. This is all over the world. You know, we've seen people from Canada, Hawaii, and other places watching this.
Yeah.
And what is your first reaction when you see these people just ripping each other apart out here? What do you think of, oh, what's Snow College like?
Yeah.
You know, or what's Pima College like?
Yeah.
You know, their players, they're going to rip you apart.
Yeah.
They don't look like they have honor with them.
Because not only are they, sorry.
No, go ahead. Just say anything. I'll say.
So, I mean, not only are they representing themselves, but also the school that they're playing.
I mean, I was going to say, I just saw the athletic director go down there, too, for Snow College.
Yeah.
And reprimanding the players as well. I mean, just a bad sight. see in the comments too after this game what people say, what they, their impressions are of this. But I mean, also we can say whatever we want. We're up here, but we don't know what's being said down there. Also, we don't know what they said about who said what or who did this. But there's something that provokes something, so I can see it from both sides. I mean, when your emotions run high, they're gonna run high, and if somebody says one wrong thing, then you're gonna act on that.
Yeah. We got the special teams on the field right now. 8 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
For those of you who are still with us, thank you for still joining with us.
Yep.
All right, Porter gets the kick, and he is stopped. Oh man. And again, you gotta be kidding.
Is there another scuffle on the sideline? I can't see from there.
I am actually not surprised there wasn't another scuffle because those two were.
Don't retaliate, man.
My gosh. Unbelievable.
This is crazy.
All right, Pima offense coming out here. Got another quarterback, it looks to be. Number 20, maybe? No, wait, no, Ringer's still out there. My bad. Snow offense is lining up. I wonder if we're going to get through this fourth quarter without another scuffle.
So we got a false start on the offensive line. Looks like it was the left guard, number 76.
76?
Yeah.
Let's check. Yep, false start.
Yeah, false start.
76, Sean Green from Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out.
I imagine it's a lot warmer in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was going to say shout out to Vegas. Got family out there.
All right.
All right, handoff. And it's slowly. Oh, and the ball is dropped, but it has been whistled dead. So save. Pima saved their bet.
Made by number 93.
Great play made by the Badger defense.
Yeah, they got through that offensive line pretty quickly, and I really think that Pima right now is feeling the reprimands from the coach and the the score right now.
8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Lines up with two receivers on each side, one man in the backfield. We're waiting and letting the clock. We're not letting the clock run. Oh, low snap.
Still managed to get the ball off.
Pass out of bounds. There you go. Got it to his tight end, number 82. John Cole from Dallas, Texas. Another great football state.
Oh, Texas. Sorry, everybody at home. That's just the band.
Should we join in with the band on that one?
I don't know if everyone wants to hear me do that.
Ringer calling for the snap. He's got one man in the backfield. Pat tosses it to his man off to the sideline, number 28.
Looks like it was about.
Wasn't too much of a game. Ronson Young. Another one from Hawaii. Makiko?
From
Matakilo. Sorry.
Hey. Other Islander.
I told you I'd butcher some of these names today.
No, that's all good, man. No worries. I'll probably butcher them too. My jaws are frozen.
So our special teams going on special teams, but the punting force is coming out for Pima.
That's it.
Snap is
high snap.
Oh no.
Oh, he still manages to. Oh, he takes off for the side. Is that a safety?
That is this.
It is another safety.
Oh, that is just heartbreaking.
This is just crazy.
Ugh.
You know.
I mean, that wasn't his fault. That was not the kicker's fault.
That was not the kicker's fault.
That was the center's fault for snapping it high.
That was a botched snap there. And I give the punter credit for, trying to take off with as much yardage as he could.
Well, as we are in our later moments of our quarter and half, who do you think this year will make it to the NFL playoffs, Wahi?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, man. No doubt the Patriots are going to be up there, that's for sure. I know my team probably won't get there. The Tampa Bay Bucks haven't been too consistent this season.
Nor have my Detroit Lions, so. But I think, though, Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City Chiefs will go.
Oh, yeah, Kansas City has been doing great this season.
So is the LA Rams, too.
Oh, man, that's for sure. Especially with the defensive line they have with Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh up middle.
Oh, yeah.
You can see every offense struggles against that LA Rams defense.
Miss Ndamukong Suh, once a Lions man. Pima here set to kick off. The kick is high.
And it's received by number 5. Oh, drops it. Still managed to pick it up.
Managed to get by a few tacklers. Oh, he missed the. Number 82 gets him. And they're drugged down.
And the ref is going to mark it down at about the 38-yard line.
So who went and received it? Oh, that was another Jalen Powell. Return. Wasn't one of his greatest returns. Dropped out of his hands, but he still had a good night.
Yeah.
Now the Badgers offense is coming out to the field. Coach is talking to them. Sorry for the band people. It's a little loud. All part of the college experience, right?
Yep, totally right. Like I said earlier, a lot of pride coming from the side of. Oh.
What do we got?
I don't know if it was a false start or did the ref blow the ball dead before the snap. Oh, delay of game on the Badger offense.
So they're going to move the ball back here for a delay of game call. So they moved it about 5 yards back.
Please do not go onto the field until the teams have cleared the field.
Snap to Braxton Kerr, hands it off.
Is that Kerr out? Oh, yeah, they got Kerr out on the field.
Kerr out there.
Maybe they need a sense of leadership out on the field after all these huge fights.
Right.
And I think they're looking for Braxton Kerr to be the man out there and help them out.
Definitely.
A lot of young players on this team.
And still a great play made by the Aztec defense. Got some big boys up front too.
Yeah, there's
here for Pima College. Can't really see the numbers from here.
Yeah, but I believe one is from Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. Handoff to number 26 from Braxton Kerr.
Oh, okay.
Blown dead, but it was stripped by number 99.
Jake Smith out of Mesa, Arizona.
Kerr looking off to the sidelines, looking at his coach.
Sloan College saved by the whistle. On that
one. Yeah, they could have easily taken that out of them and ran it back.
Still great tenacity by the Aztec defense. Number 99 was all up in there.
You know, that's what I like about Pima right now is that they don't stop playing. They got heart.
Yep, I have to agree with that.
Kerr in the backfield with about 3 and 2 receivers out.
Ooh, handoff to
number 25. Am I thinking here?
26.
26. Isaac Brinton, running back. Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh.
Beautiful city.
Well, it looks like Snow College is calling the punt team out into the field. We got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and the clock is running.
Let's just hope we don't see another scuffle happen.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine the refs would want to go home as well. And the punter is holding the ball. Oh, there launches the punt.
That was a good kick. Off to the sidelines. Cannot see where it landed. Hops on it about maybe the 6-ish.
Yeah, looks about the 6-yard line.
You know, I wholeheartedly agree with the refs right now because the lower half of my body's now frozen, and it's 10:30 at night.
Oh, it's times like these where I miss the island.
Oh, I wish I was on Hawaii too.
You gotta come visit one of these days, man.
I should.
You gotta sink your feet into the sand.
That sounds nice right now.
Here we got the Aztec offense stepping onto the field.
Still good to see the cheerleaders down at the bottom to still have a bit of life left in them from how cold it is.
Yeah. All right, handoff. Takes off to the sideline, is tackled by number...
I can't tell from this angle.
Number 90.
So...
for the Snow College Badgers. Number 90.
No 90 listed here.
90. Play clock running.
I think they're going to try letting the play clock run now. As they hand it off.
Runs it to the sideline.
Not a bad little gain there.
Yeah. This would be about maybe like a good 6 or 7 yard gain.
So.
Great job by this Pima offense.
Let's see, number 20 had the gain. Nick Bracher.
Nick
Tucson,
Brawler.
Yeah. Arizona. No, I've been down to Arizona for a while.
Yeah. Nice place. Really dry.
It is dry, but it was a nice place.
Yeah, definitely.
People there are nice, and you know, a lot, like you said, a lot warmer than here.
Yeah. I would much rather be in Arizona than here right now. Oh, number 20 still
standing.
Still standing.
But he still
manages to find a gap right up
down.
It looked like that run was supposed to be going to the right, but his lane was sealed off by a bunch of Badger defensive players, but he still managed to find a lane right up the middle. Great vision by number 22 for Pima College, who is Davion Dubose.
Another run, another handoff here to number 22. Loses his footing. Maybe no gain on that one, maybe a loss.
Yeah. Great effort, though. Great effort by Davion Dubose.
What was your favorite part of Hawaii, Vahi?
Oh, that's a
besides the warmth right now.
Ooh, it's a good question. I mean, the food would definitely. I miss the food.
I heard food down there is really good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're a fish guy, but I ate a lot of fish.
I do enjoy myself a good grilled tilapia or salmon here.
That sounds really good. I have to say, I do miss the food. I mean, family also. Oh, right up the middle by the Aztecs.
Another handoff to number 22.
Looks to be about a 2-yard gain by
number 79 limping. You know, speaking of family and food and salmon, if my mom's still listening to this, salmon sounds pretty good right now.
Wink, wink.
Thanksgiving time, right?
All right. The clock is running.
For those of you who still stuck around with us, we thank you for sticking around with us.
Yeah. As the play clock begins to roll down here in Ethan, Utah. It was a great night of football, ladies and gentlemen.
It was, besides the fights. That was about it.
There's a lot of scuffles, a lot of heated moments here in this football game, but nonetheless, both teams played their hearts out, and I got to tip my hats off to both teams. Great job by the Aztec offense and defense.
Right, that is like no other great way to put it. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they both played their hearts out. There were heated moments. The only thing I would change in this game is those heated moments. You know, they weren't necessary. And you just hope that those things don't continue on, especially in the next game.
Yeah.
So Snow College wins it 64-17 against Pima. Congratulations, Snow College moves on to northwestern Arizona, I believe. The Eastern Gila Monsters this next coming week here. Fahi will be there, give you camera work. Sadly, this will be our last game voicing to you guys here, so we thank you for tuning in every night and every time they come here. And you guys just help this thing, run.
All right.
Well, I guess we shall see you. Or should we give him a post-game report just for the last one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I guess you could call it a short post-game report, but like we said before, Snow wins 64-17. And, let's go back onto those. I mean, we discussed it a lot through the whole game. But I'm sure you dealt with this before when you were in football. But those fights, that was some problem.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, my head coach would always tell us not to retaliate. That was a big thing. And a lot of it was intimidating us of the punishment that we'd receive in practice the following week.
I mean, you hate seeing that a lot. And, it just kind of brings shame upon the organization, and I think a lot of the organization was feeling it tonight as we see the Snow coach here making his teammate, his team take a knee and let him listen to him, probably telling him good job. But we need to work on some things, and you're probably all going to be running laps this next few times.
That's for sure. Great game.
Yeah, it was.
Great game played by both teams.
Braxton Kerr did really well. I did not get the after-game reports, but he threw for a good 144 yards total. Well, totally he threw 142 and had 3 touchdowns. That was halftime stats. Derek Wright had 115 yards. Really good for Derek Wright. And Jalen Powell for returning. No, Leon Morgan, my bad. 28 yards, so not bad. But that's tonight's game. Late night.
Yeah.
For us here in Ephraim.
It looks like everyone's excited, getting ready to head off home to their warm beds.
Well, we probably should do the same.
Okay.
I say good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Snow TV's broadcast. And we'll bid you a good night and have a great night's rest.
Yes, sir.